If you want to look on Greetings and salutations, everyone, live from the dark side of the moon here in the Blue Cheese Room. This is Oblivion Unchained, your one-stop shop for all the craziness here in D&D world. Couple of announcements. We are still working on our giveaways. At 200 followers, we're giving away a complete block of D&D minis. A whole block. That'd be 8 small boxes of the minis at 200 followers. At 50 subscribers, we're giving away one each of the hardback for each of the DM's Guide, Player's Handbook, and Monster Manual. And if we get there by the end of February, or I'm sorry, by the end of March, I will throw in a Tasha's as well, a hard copy of Tasha's. So keep an eye out for that. We got a couple new streams that are going to be coming up sometime in March. The Requiem for a Dragon Queen is getting closer to having some more players. And then we are going to be opening registration and applications up for another stream for new players. Another game, so keep our eyes out on Twitch and Discord for and Twitter for that. And that being said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it because we got a lot of shit to do today. This is going to be busy. It's going to be busy. We're going to be busy today. So, Manam, if you would lead us off as usual, sir.
This is Manam Muhammad Salama. I play the Triton, the Warlord / Rogue, and yeah, that will be. We'll leave it for this.
Robert?
Hello, I'm Robert. I play Leon, the Leonin Fighter.
Sai?
Hi, I'm Sai. I'm playing Ember Hemlock, or at least part of that name's right, and I'm the mom of the group. I also have a really big bad brother.
A really big bad brother? Or a really bad big brother? You're not sure which way that is, right?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he's probably older than I am.
Hi, I'm David. I play Dan Reaper. She is a warlock to a patron known as Val Shiar, and is recently multiclassed into being a paladin. She is a friend to all animals and a foe to all doors.
Door Slayer extraordinaire. So when we last left our intrepid group, they were in the city of Embry. The group had just met Ember's brother, who is somewhat of a, I guess you could call him entrepreneur in the less legal side of things here in Embry. They had a nice dinner. They were given a place to sleep, which they took advantage of, except for Orient, who decided to take a nice walk and head back to the Shady Tavern near the docks. Unfortunately, Orient didn't make it there. He got waylaid in the darks of the rat area. So we're going to open with Orient. Orient. You awaken. Let me do this here so everybody can see. Orient. You awaken to find yourself in a small lit room staring at Cromash.
Oh God.
Oh, hey, Sorry about them bonking you over the head. You were supposed to be asked to come here. But you know how it is. They're just thugs. You just hire people and they, do what they want. As you look around, you also notice sitting in a chair next to on the other side of the room is Terrence.
Cormash,
Yeah.
I'll tell you on something. There a second before I black out. Do you know what I was thinking in this second?
Uh, uh, don't walk alone in the dark in a strange city.
No. The moment I wake up, I'm thinking how to kill the person who hit me in the head. In 100 time way.
Well, if you have a problem with those guys, I can tell you where to find them later. But right now we have important business.
Yes, we have a lot of important business. But you need to tell me that later. Now,
Why?
I will. Okay, just give me.
You
Oh,
sure
my
you're
head is
okay?
hurt.
I'm so sorry. They're a little rambunctious.
Oh, I will give it to them. They have the courage to come close to me. I'll
Well, there was
visit them
5
later.
of them.
Yeah, I will have fun with them later. I have my way. Now, Kermish, I have 100 questions. But before that, I believe there's things you want to tell me before I ask. Do you want me to start or you start?
Well, you know what? Why don't you ask your questions and see if your questions will have answers that I need to give you anyway. That way we can kind of cut through all the stuff here.
Good. First of all, do you remember your friend, that one have tentacles?
Yes.
He's died. He's dead.
Yeah. I know.
And yeah, and we met his brother.
Oh. Oh. That's. Where did you meet his brother?
What's the last quest you give it to us?
Find out about the bandits?
Yeah, the people and the bandit. His brother and someone else. What's his name? Uh,
I don't
let
know.
me.
You're the one that found him.
Yeah, I
How am I
forget
supposed to
it.
know?
Yeah, I forget his name, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he said he know about you, and he told us. Actually, we left. We killed half his people. We killed a big freaking giant with them, and we left. Like half of them killed, and
Well,
he sent some slave and asked for parley. For me, of course, I will refuse 100%, but doesn't matter. But we come back again and we talk to him. There was the brother of your friend, tentacle friend, and this guy, the one who said he have a message. If you press things like if you press or if you try to press of him or follow him again, he will come and kill you.
oh. Well, I guess. Okay. Uh, but they were bandits.
Yeah, and they are playing as a bandit, but yeah,
Then if they're not bandits, then what are they?
uh, pirates, I think. Uh,
Pirates.
I don't know, man.
And
My head is. I have a headache.
oh,
Ah, look.
well, they were
You give
supposed
us
to.
a
They were
mission.
supposed to get all of you and bring you all here. Why were you by yourself? Where's everybody else? Are they dead? They're not dead, are they?
No, no.
Oh,
They're not easy to kill them.
good. Because
Uh,
I kind of like that little green guy. He was kind of cute for a
he is.
goblin thing.
He become a she, and she is taller than me and you. Don't ask me. You're gonna see
What?
her in time.
Huh? What? Uh, Magic again, huh? So did you
Uh,
did you find out? So
the- The location, yes. We know the location.
You know the location, so we can go there and make them stop, or
Strangely, you didn't ask about the destruction of the city.
what?
The city been attacked. You don't know about that.
Oh no, I totally know about that. That's why I left.
Do you know who attacked it?
A bunch of cultists.
You don't know them?
Uh,
Did you ever heard about the Black?
the Black Sun cultists. Yeah, I know who they are. It's why I'm not in that city anymore. That's why I came here.
Why they attacked? Do you know the reason?
Well, I mean, it could be because of I mean, it could be because of the orbs. They could be working with the wizard, or maybe they want the orbs for themselves. Or it's hard to tell with cults, like especially evil cults. Like, I've got a cousin who's in a cult, but you know, they worship this weird tree thing. So I mean, it doesn't
Oh
go
God.
anywhere. It doesn't do anything. It's kind of harmless. It's got fruit. So I mean, how bad could a cult of a tree be, really? You know. Plus, it keeps him happy.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. I just to be told the truth, Kermish, I don't like you,
Oh,
but somehow I believe you.
I'm,
Like I will stick with you
why
more
don't you
than
like me?
anybody. You're pissing me off, Kermish. You disappear without at least give us something to able to find you. You don't know how hard we are searching for you.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stick around and write a love note while people are trashing the city.
You have the ability to leave a note. Aren't you Kermish, the one who can't do anything?
No, I'm a simple merchant.
No, you're not simple merchant.
Well, I mean, I
By
have
the way,
connections, but yeah, I mean, basically, I'm just a merchant. And
by the
and
way,
and
there's someone hate you. I think his name Theodore.
Theodore.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dar? Oh, good lord! You
What?
didn't talk to him, did you? You didn't tell him I was here, did you?
Okay, there are a lot of fun happen. Do
Did,
you know what's Theodore, right?
yeah, the Dar. Yeah, I know who he is.
No,
Um.
no, I mean what his race.
Uh. Yeah.
What is race?
He's a fire genasi.
And what is in our party that's similar to him?
Uh. The cat guy.
Oh God, Kermish, I can't believe. How did you survive all that? Can I incite him?
Yeah.
Is he lying or anything? How he's playing stupid on me? Where's inside?
No, he's telling you the truth. He's being truthful to you.
I'm so surprised. I believe there are goddess of luck staying with you to make you able to survive all this time.
Well, okay, so look, uh, w- uh,
Mm,
okay, I have to tell you this.
tell me.
You know the people that I work for
Yeah?
or with, kind of. Um, one of their leaders is here and wants to talk to your group. Um, the guys were supposed to get everybody. Um, so why don't you go get your friends and come back? I'll send Terrence with you, and Terrence can help you find your way back here. Right,
Okay.
Terrence? And Terrence is like, just spend more time with them, really. Okay, fine.
Uh, okay. Mm. But if you're gonna make me, I'll ask your question me that what's the reason that your leader wanna talk to us?
I don't know. I'm not in charge. She said she wanted to talk to you, so she gets to talk to you. That's how things work. Just don't tell Thadar that I'm here. Seriously, if you told him I'm here, he's going to want his money back. No,
Yeah, I know.
well,
He told us that.
I don't have it. I spent it.
Mm. By the way, Echo, if she met, if you she, I believe Echo, if she met you, she's gonna try to kill you.
She's so sweet. She would never try to do that to me. I'll tell you what. It's almost breakfast. Why don't I get Theo here or Terrence here to get you get you some food, and then you can have a nice breakfast, and then you guys can go get the rest of your group and come here.
Okay.
And make sure you're
Okay,
not followed, because
yeah,
I
I'll,
don't want
this,
anybody to know that I'm here.
I will try my best. But before that, where's the location? Give it to me now.
Location of what?
Of the freaking fucking 5 people.
What 5 people?
You told me there are 5 people that somehow able to take me out.
Oh, they're just local thugs. You can probably find them down at the uh, uh, Broken Bucket, the tavern.
Okay, Broken Bucket. Do you have any future? Anything I can know them?
They're thugs.
They're money thugs, believe me. Last thugs I broke his arm before I entered city.
Oh, well, no, I just went and hired the 5 meanest looking. One of them is an orc.
Nice. One of them is orc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have fun
And
with this orc.
he has a ring through the top of his nose, not the bottom of his nose like normal people. His is through the bridge of the nose. It's really weird.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Next time, if you wanna talk to me, you can send people, and you
I
don't
did
have
send people.
no send people to talk, not
They were
to.
supposed to. I mean, like I said, they're not the brightest.
Yeah, I'm gonna have talk with them later on.
Oh, okay. Uh, so Terrence goes and gets you a nice little breakfast. And then he escorts you. If you want to go this way, you can see that you're. Sorry. Oh, wrong way.
Oh,
I need to move this person over here. Shut this door. Yeah, this way. You notice that once you get out here, you're in like a magic shop.
okay.
And there's the door, and Terrence leads you back out to the city. You guys come through this gate here, and he's like, "Okay, where are we going?"
Yeah, I will take him. No, you better to stay out this time because if you come, you might get yourself hurt.
I
So
can't not go with you. It's my job. It's what I'm being paid for.
okay, it's your funeral. Come with me, and I will show him the way to the factory, cheese factory.
To the cheese factory, not the house next to the cheese factory that you exited the front door of.
No, they are in the house. Their house in the cheese factory, right? The
No,
same cheese factory.
no.
Oh, there's
There's the cheese factory, and then there's a secret passage that leads into the house, and you left out the front door of the house.
like my way to this way, to that way.
Okay, so you're taking them straight to the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
but half the way I will return to him. Uh, you better to stay put here, and I'll bring the guys. It's
Oh,
dangerous
I
to come
gotta.
with me.
It's always dangerous around you guys, but you know.
No, no, no. This time, the person we're gonna deal with him, even Kormesh Fred. Wait, Kormesh Fred for everyone. I mean, he is extremely dangerous. I'm only saying that I don't want you to get hurt. Just look. If
Well,
anything happens, I will tell you are with me all the way. Just keep hitting, and I will bring the guys to you.
no.
Okay? I will go take him the
Okay, so you guys
his
head over
the house.
to the house. The rest of you wake up fully rested. If you haven't taken your long rest, you should have already. If you haven't, go ahead and take your long rest. For Echo and Dan, this is probably the best night's sleep you guys have had since you woke up on the beach. Leon, like you'd rather be sleeping on the boat, but this is good enough. I mean, the pillows are comfy.
Leon probably had a stomach ache because he went into that wheel of cheese before bed.
Oh yeah, totally. Right, you were eating that cheese all night long.
Yeah.
Um, uh, give me a perception check, Leon.
All right. Perception.
Nice.
You notice there's a little trail of cheese crumbs that leads to a little hole in the wall.
What? I will get down on all fours and try to look into that hole.
Okay. You look into the hole, and inside the back of the hole, like in the little crawl space, you see 3 mice that are stuffed. Little cheese crumbs all over them. There's little like their hands are like sticky with like Cheeto dust kind of stuff on them. Like, and they're just like all 3 of them are curled up in this against a big another piece of cheese. It looks like they carved off a piece of cheese and carried it over, and they've just been gnawing on it, and they just all fell asleep
No,
against each other.
they're not gonna poop for days. So feel bad for them. Just I'll let them be. They look happy.
Um, give me a wisdom save, please.
Oh no.
Thank you, Nort. Big stretch. Oof. Leon, you were unsure as you're looking. You start to sniff, and you're like, wait. Rats and mice are kind of the same. I hope I'm not allergic to mice too.
Oh yeah. Oh no. They've ruined my cheese.
Yeah, they've been on your cheese.
I uh, I won't kill them, but I'll if I could flip my glaive around, stick the butt in there, and just kind of shake it around, just ruin their
Yeah,
day.
it's not big enough. The hole's not
Ah!
quite big enough. These are regular mice size mice. Little gray mice. But you're not sure if you're allergic to them too. So you're like, oh man, like you're having second thoughts about eating the rest of the cheese. Like there's about a third of the block of cheese wheel left, and now you're uncertain about it.
I'll just put the rest of the cheese on the ground next to the hole. They beat me. They won, and I'll gather my things and I'll head out to the common room.
Dan, you wake up and again you feel rested and you feel better than you have for a while. Like your bones are not as achy as they have been on the ship. Maybe it's because you were on a ship and up and down, and you were like trying to get used to not just getting your sea legs, but growing into your new body. But this non-ocean terrain seems to be better for you.
probably just gonna like wake up, stretch, cast the menace spell again to reassume the appearance of the very sort of Grace Jones-esque figure.
Okay.
Is the current sort of persona that Dan has been using while here in the city.
Sounds good.
I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to pamper myself for about an hour, and then I'm going to put in an appearance and have some breakfast.
That's not concentration, is it? Or it is?
Having breakfast?
No,
Generally
no,
not.
menace.
For Leon, it is.
No, I'm.
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
Oh, it's a
up to
concentration.
8 hours, but it is concentration.
Oh, okay, cool. So that thing worked. I added a mod that'll add concentrating and stuff, so it should automatically roll. But if it doesn't, it should trigger a roll to prompt you to roll when you're concentrating on spells. So we'll see how that works. Just a new little helpful. Yeah. I'm sure Leon is the first one down for breakfast and is waiting patiently for the cook to bring food out. One of the servants, one of the nice elf servant brings out a nice hot plate of what appears to be flat hot bread, and various assortments of syrups and fruits.
Has Leon had this type of food before?
No.
All right.
Dan, you come down about a couple minutes later after Leon is busy testing the different syrups and stuff. Like he has a giant plate that has nothing but little dabs of each one of them on it, and he's cutting a piece, dipping in one, taking a bite, dipping in a different one, taking a bite, mixing two of them together, taking a bite. And there's fresh juice or water.
Okay, well, I'm juice.
Juice. It's apricot.
That'll do. Apricot juice. Do we have to go back to sea? I mean,
Well, I mean, it's your brother. That's.
I know, and I know I've got to help him. I'm having a very hard time giving up this. Okay, no. I mean, we do have to. I owe it to my brother to help him. I do want to help him. We're going to need to have a serious conversation with Sias about going to the island.
He's not going to want to do that.
Well,
As
he might do if it,
as you mentioned that name, there's a knock at the door.
I'll get up and go and answer the door and see who's there.
It's that really awkward moment when you're a guest in somebody's house and like the door knocks and like, do I go get it? What do I do?
No, I'll go get it.
One of the servants is on her way as well.
Okay, well I'll let the servant do it then.
She opens the door. Yes, can I help you? Orient, it's you and Terrence.
Ember, is she here? Tell
Lady
her
Ember.
friends.
Lady Ember. And she turns to you, Lady Ember. Guests?
Yeah. Sias, please come in and have some breakfast.
Of course, Lady Ember.
And
You become a lady.
And you see Terrence, the gnome, walking in behind him.
Terrence, what are you doing here?
Is that the same Terrence that was on the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Please have some
Ember.
breakfast. Terrence, find yourself.
I've eaten. It's fine. He kind of stands
Me
near
also.
the edge of the dining room entryway, kind of looking around like, it's a nice place.
Mm-hmm. Are you all right? Everything good?
Oh, you should ask him.
I
He points
was
to
speaking to him.
Orient.
Um,
No, I was speaking to Sires.
Oh, size.
uh, uh, yeah, everything is right. Had your breakfast. After that, I have to talk to you, all of you. I need you for something important, especially Ember Lady. You have something you're gonna have fun, and you're gonna be happy. What I found,
Yeah.
because this is something you wanted from a long time
Coincident-
ago.
Coincidentally, we've got something we want to chat with you about as well that came up in conversation last night when you went out. So that's great. Well, you first. Go ahead. Tell us
No.
more.
But are we alone in the place?
No. As you guys are talking, Thadar comes down. He's dressed in a like nice clothes. He sits down. He starts eating. He's like, I'm not used to having house guests.
I apologise. I apologise for the intrusion. Breakfast is very good, by the way. We've got to pop out and go and. Sias here would like us to go and meet. Did you say meet with somebody, Sias, or have a chat? Or
Did I say meet? No, I didn't say any meet. I said
okay,
I need to talk to you. You
okay.
and Dan and Leon. Especially Leon. I want something from you later on.
Sure.
And to be honest with you, brother, we need to. I need to do a couple of things in the city. We've still got some stuff to sort out. We also need to start getting ready to help you. It might be a good idea if you start getting some crew together so that we can do that for you.
Oh, yes. Oh, by the way, and he snaps his fingers, and one of the servants brings over a larger scroll case and says,
Mm-hmm.
"Here's the map you wanted."
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I will show everyone there. It is a full detailed map of the land of Oregon. The first thing, as you open it up, Echo, the first thing you notice is the Spine Rock Mountains and the Ashwood Forest that you have learned is the places of both your circle and the home of the Carbuncles.
Mm. Well, I did say to Brago that I would help him get back to Ashwood Forest and to his people, and I intend to keep my word on that.
And Brago is still kind of snuggling up to Dan, as you know, kind of like between you. He's like between you and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So we need to get Brago back to his people, and I would like to go back and visit my grove. But we have to. So this is what we wanted to talk to you about. We need to go to help my brother by picking up some more chests and delivering them back to where they were supposed to be delivered. We were going to
And
use the ship
where?
where they were from the first place, the island of Siren's Tears. Now, I know
I
that
will
you might
stand
be a
up
little bit.
and I will leave the house, bringing the. I will stay outside waiting for you, and I will leave the house.
That wasn't a no.
To be honest, he took that better than I thought he was going to.
Terrence kind of moves towards the door to and kind of like cracks it open so he can see Orient outside and can keep an eye on you guys. Like, I guess that means it's time to go, huh?
Fedor, it looks like my friend really needs to have a private conversation. I apologize. I'll be back in a little while.
Oh, okay. Just.
But we will. We won't be long. An hour or two, perhaps.
Oh. I'm going to finish this and then take a nap because I'm not used to being up this early.
Enjoy your
what?
Enjoy your nap and enjoy your breakfast, brother.
Yes.
And yes. I'll get up and move to go and have a chat with Orient. Cyrus. And I'll go outside. Whenever Leon and Dan are finished, hopefully they'll join us. And I'll wander outside and have a quick and take Cyrus by the arm and say, "Listen, we really need to have a chat. I basically, because of what's happened with those chests, my brother is out almost 50,000 in gold, and we can help him make that money back by replacing the chests. I appreciate that you don't want to go there, but I also think that it might be a good idea to go there because I think you'll find some answers there that you want as to what more about your background and more about where you come from. Because I don't believe that we've got all of the story about your backstory."
Is there anyone else beside us? Is there anyone near?
Yeah, Terrence is standing by the door.
No. I mean, I'm outside. Is she outside?
Yeah, she came outside and grabbed you by the arm, like winked arms with you. Dan and Leon are still inside for the time being.
And Leon's
Okay.
speed eating a stack of flapjacks to call it again.
I mean, leave the train. I mean, only me and her. There's no the servant or like no one listens to us at the moment.
Well, besides Terrence, who is within
I
earshot.
don't care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Echo. I want to listen carefully to my word and think logically. The reason I left yesterday, the reason I don't want to show my face, the reason that I will say million times no, the reason I left yesterday because we fucked up your brother. I have bounty in my head. If he found out I am being followed by freaking fucking crazy, he will know. No. He will. No. Listen to me. No. You this time listen to me. Listen to me carefully, please.
All right.
Echo.
Carry on.
Okay. I have problems. I don't want it. Sometime, it's best to leave the past. At the moment, I have something for you to be happy. Something you wanted to do before few weeks ago, and you're burning to do it. I will take you there, and do whatever you want after that. At the moment, when Leon and Dan finish eating, let's go, and I will I will show you what you want. What you want Believe me, you're gonna
I,
like it. For me,
I'm
whatever
happy.
you're gonna say,
I'm happy to
I
come
will
with.
not.
I'm happy to come with you. Don't worry.
But if you ask me to go with you to the island that literally they send in freaking army to entire city for one person to find and kill, and I go to them like I'm coming to you this time. Think before you talk.
Okay. No. Okay. I'm going to say two things here. Just
Go ahead.
let them percolate in your head. First of all, if you're on the open seas, there'll be nobody around for them to come and attack you. Okay. Secondly, if you're on a ship and they do happen to appear, you can always get away. You're a Triton.
First of all, the
And
first
that's
one, you said open
that's
sea.
point number one.
You said open sea.
Hmm.
How the heck they found out I am in the city? They will find out I am in the middle of sea, and it will be easier to corner us. I will survive. Yeah, you said I am Triton, but what about you and the guys? I don't want to
We're,
go and rescue mission.
no. No, I understand, but look. So you're safe. It's not a problem. Okay, they're not coming. They don't look. I need to do unless you can find a way of helping me to find 45,000 gold pieces. I owe it to my brother to help him. Now, the other thing is, the last place they're going to think about looking for you is near them because they think that you're going to keep on running away from them.
They have the ability to find
Understandable.
where I am.
About this time, Dan and Leon come out the door with Terrence slowly closing the door behind them. And Terrence looks up at Leon and goes, you might want to do something about them.
We'll walk over. Hey guys, what's going on?
I was trying to explain the situation to Sias, and understandably, he's somewhat reluctant to go back to the island of Sirens' Tears, and I understand and appreciate this.
It's dangerous, not about me, it's about you guys. You're gonna go to the place that you already have fought their own cultists, and
Yeah,
he sent
we
you back there. Huh?
Well, okay, there two things. One, well, we beat them last time, and
Yeah.
secondly, a risk that I am prepared to take in order to help my brother.
Your
Need
brother.
to help my brother. He's out an enormous amount of money because of what's happened here. I owe him.
You know what, Sias? I agree. You have a problem, but when have you ever solved a problem by running away from it? When has that ever solved anything? It just
It's
gets bigger and it
different.
keeps following you.
It's different, Leon. If we go there, we're gonna go to our death. It's island full of crazy worshipper cultists.
How many other?
Some
Is it full? How full is it? You don't know.
I don't remember.
Could be 2 dozen. Everybody they have could be out on the continent looking for you. You don't know.
And there's somehow I'm sure they're connected by that storm that knocks our memory.
Yeah, and I want answers on that, and I hope there's answers there. We can run away from the past and just be question marks, but I don't want to do that. I want to find out what happened to us, and the answers to that are not somewhere else. It's not running away from our problems.
Leon, you can't find the answer about your company. You already know where are you from. You just need to talk to the people who work in the ship that you was there.
You mean everybody that died on the ship that went down?
No, there are people. No, they know the people. Some of people that not in the ship, but
You guys are starting to get a couple looky-loos.
Okay, look,
let's move on. Yeah.
okay, yeah, Sias, I promised you that I'd come with you. No.
Yeah, don't worry. Just let's come on, lead the way, and I will lead the way though.
Okay, and I'll follow him.
Dan, are you taking a look at the book?
Yeah, just as the sort of conversation turned to the idea of like the ship sank and we don't know how, and we don't know fully like what the capabilities of the cult are. Dan's going to remember the book that we found on the ship amongst some of the possessions, and that has the very prominent sort of imagery of a storm cloud on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And just take it out and just take a peek and see if she can figure out the locking mechanism that's keeping the book shut and find some way to open it, hoping that there might be some relevant information inside.
Give me a. Well, you're going to be you have time, so let's see here. This would be investigation. So, your active. What's your active investigation?
Passive would be
Passive.
13. I just rolled an active check and got a 17.
Yeah. So it has. So as you're looking at this locking mechanism, you notice that it's not a keyhole, but it looks like something fits inside it, like it's a little rectangle slot, like a. It looks like it's about the size of like an SD card hole, like you would slide something into it. And once that thing is in place, it'll allow the tumblers to move.
Does it look like the kind of thing I might be able to pick?
It would be difficult, but you can give it a try. You're more than welcome. Like, you think you might be able to do it, but again, this is a very unusual lock. Yeah, you spend about 2 or 3 minutes.
Do I notice that Dan is kind of fiddling with the lock?
Yeah.
And trying to figure it out. Okay, I'll reach over and touch him on the shoulder and say, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out, and give them an inspiration, bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So is that a 1d8 at this point?
Yeah, it's a D8, mate.
Nice.
26. Dan, you managed to get 3 of the tumblers, but the 4th one, because of the way it's designed, you just can't get enough pressure inside that little space to get all of them. So you feel it like you're really close. But now you have the actual measurements. Like, you can tell the size of the piece, and it's about the size of my brain. My brain just shorted out.
Said SD card earlier.
Yeah, but it's square, so like a half size chessboard square. If that makes sense, like it's a perfect square.
Kind of like
but the edges are a little beveled. And give me Dan, give me a intelligence check.
If I'm helping, because I gave him inspiration, can I be helping him?
Well, that one it failed.
Oh right, okay.
So, do you have the ability to, if they don't use it, if it fails, they can keep it?
Not until next level.
Not until next level. Okay. A 2. Yeah, you can't quite think of what would fit in there. But like I said, it's a small square that's beveled on the edges.
Uh, I will turn look to Ember and Dan fiddling with the book. Something wrong, Dan?
I just thought that the book might help. It was on this ship. They'd been to the island. It might be something about the god that they worship. We only really have a name. Boreas?
Boreas was the name of the god that the cult worshipped.
I was just thinking if it's a god of storms in the sea, that might explain the shipwreck. If we can figure out how we lost our memories, we might be able to find a way to reverse it. Then we
The
can
other
know.
thing, well, the other thing that I was going to suggest us doing is perhaps having a look in the city for a cleric to see if one of them might be able to cast some sort of divine magic and help restore our memories while we're here. I mean, I think first, of course, we'll we'll go with Orient and
Size.
see what that is, Sias, and go with him. After that, maybe exploring one or two of the temples to see if they might be able to help us recover their memories might be a good idea.
Can you give me a look to this book before? Is that okay with you, Dan?
I can let you take a look, but I can't get it open so far. I'm just gonna pass it across so you can look at the image depicted on the front cover.
Which is, let me see if I can pull up the.
So at this point, are we following Terrence? Is that how we're going? Or are we following Sias?
You're following Sias.
Sias, where are we going? Do we have time to swing by the ship real quick?
Sorry, Leon. There's something very important, and we need to talk to someone, and it's very, very important. And especially, DM, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, are you looking at the book now?
Yeah, I will give it a look before I continue walking.
Okay, give me an investigation check. You notice the same thing that Dan noticed, that there's this small square hole that something might fit in.
Interesting.
Give me an intelligence check, please.
Oh. I will scratch my head and I'm still having headache. Yep, I have no idea. I'll give it to Dan back.
I suppose it's worth a try at least. And Dan's gonna rummage around in her pack and pull out the mystery key.
Oh.
And try to open the book with the mystery key.
The mystery key. All right.
Dan, can you wait before you do that? Please.
Okay, do you have a plan?
Not now, but first keep that book hidden. Make sure no one sees it. Second, we have a meet person that our said old friend. We're gonna meet him, and later on, me and you are gonna sit with this book and look into it. But let's meet this old friend first, and continue walking.
This is a really big book. Like, you guys have been wandering down the street for the past 10 minutes, fumbling with this thing and passing it back and forth. It's not unnoticed in this area. But because there's 5 of you, you kind of see a couple shady characters kind of look your way, and then kind of...
Leon gives him a stink eye.
Well, between the way with Dan's menacing vision, menacing look of the slightly green with a bone protuberance out the back of her head, Grace Jones look, and Leon's glaive that is impeccably shiny. Yeah, they look at you and then kind of give that, yeah, no, kind of like like when you're walking through a bad part of town and you can tell that people want to do something, but they also notice that like you're heavily armed. Like you've seen that kind of look in the movies, like like, oh yeah, no. Yeah. Dan, did you tell anybody about the beveling, or did you just not mention that at all?
Well, I rolled a 2 on the intelligence check, so I don't think it's something that would necessarily.
Well, no, that was for you to recall. That was for you to recall a piece of information. Not that. It was for you to recall a piece of information that you did not recall. So whether you tell them up, that role has nothing to do with whether you tell them or not. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I guess it would probably be something that maybe Dan would keep in mind, and that if Sias has said like, "Hey, we can try opening the book after we've had this meeting," would like maybe mention it then.
Okay.
So yeah, not for now, but we'll bring it up
Okay.
next time we're trying to open the book.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that was you and Orient for you and Orient. They were both that was a recall roll. So you guys arrive here. Let me zoom in here, and I'll show you this nice little building here on the corner, right there, a little square. And you all, let's put Orient back over here. Terrence over here. I'll bring everybody else in so you can have your little tokens. And then Ember. So we rearrange the spots here. Oh. I'm sure you kind of enter in that order. And Terrence comes in and goes, "Oh, the boss is in the back." And he comes and goes and sits in this chair here.
You work here, Terrence? You're not a deck wizard? What? Huh?
Well, I also work here.
Oh, multiple jobs. Okay.
Oh, if somebody's eating, please push to talk. Echo, you coming back here?
Yeah, absolutely.
As you guys come through the door, you see your friend Chromash. And he goes,
Hey, Chromash!
He goes, "Hey, Leon, Echo.
Where are you
All
going,
right, you
man?
come back. Is that what? Where's the little guy?"
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't open you up like a fish being filleted.
'Cause we're friends.
We were friends, and then you owed me money and disappeared.
Oh no, I still have your money. I just didn't want to die at the hands of cultists. I mean,
And
that's
when were you
reasonable.
planning on giving this money to us?
Well, as soon as we found you.
Didn't seem to be looking very hard.
Well, I don't have a boat. Plus, it's safer to stay here and have the organization find you. It's much safer that way.
Which organization are we talking about here?
The one we work for. Remember?
Oh, the Guardian Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Never did meet them.
Well, you met some of them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of the reason why you're here.
Some of them is burned.
Oh, yeah. Terribly pitiful about that. I feel really bad. But he did not want to leave. And I couldn't make him. So I didn't.
Oh, Gromash, by the way, the guards in Farpoint are very, very interested in you for some reason.
Oh, yeah, probably. They're probably a little concerned about the care and feeding of the carnivorous plants. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, it kind of ate somebody. We saw that.
Oh, it ate. Does nobody read? And there's a little sign on the window that says "Don't enter." I mean,
Yes. Okay. Apparently, for some reason, some people have a problem following those instructions.
Yeah, and I will give a look to Leon and Dan. Yeah.
well, see, I mean, that's not my fault, and
So anyway, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
yeah.
Where's my money?
Oh,
Before that, do you remember the name of the that bandit that you talked with it? I forget his name.
Brutus,
That's the fellow.
yep,
the guy in the cave.
Yeah,
Brutus.
yeah. His name is Brutus Kermash.
Oh,
He really wants to talk to you.
Yeah, he had a message for you. He wants to go out to eat with you and get to your heart or something like that.
Something along those lines, yeah.
oh, yeah. Do you know why? I mean, I don't know this guy personally.
Nice. Sounds like
he-
you guys had history.
No,
Can I hint at that?
sure.
Yeah, I will tell. For some reason, he is telling the truth.
He's not being completely forthright with you.
Right.
Like, it's not a bold-faced lie, but it feels like
Being evasive, yeah.
it's a lie of omission more than vaguely being just flat out dishonest with you. It's like there's something he's not saying. You're gold. You're gold. Yes. That was how much?
5,000.
5,000. That seems awfully high. I don't think it was 5,000.
I'm fairly certain it was, especially when you add in the interest and additional fees that you're going to give me for my irritation and expense, and denying me the pleasure of watching you being crucified over several days.
That seems a little excessive.
Yeah, we don't have several days.
Yeah.
You
That
can nail him
document,
to the mast.
5,000 seems a little high. Hold on a second. Let me double check. And he turns around and opens a small chest behind him, and he's like, "This one's got them. This one. Oh, here's your pouch." And he turns around and he hands you. Yeah, see, look, it's got a, and this pouch is it's a nice little small pouch. It's got a little leather tie strap around it, and it has a tag that says Echo and Friends. And he's like, "Here you go. There's your payment. See, I found it. That's why I labeled things."
I'm going to open the pouch.
Mhm.
How much is inside the pouch?
200.
I'm going to look at him and say, "You have got to be kidding."
No, that was you got half up front, or you got part of it up front. You got like 20 gold a piece up front, and then you were owed 20. You were owed 50 a piece if you survived, and or no, I'm sorry, 25 a piece if you survived and came back with information, and if you took care of the bandit problem was another 25. So that's 200. 4 times 25 is 200.
You said if we killed multiple of them, well, you're gonna add that. But I told you, man, she wanted to get your heart. You didn't listen.
Well, how many did you kill? Do you have any record?
And at this point, Chromash, if you start to doubt my word,
I'm not doubting your word. I can't pay you if I don't have an accurate count. Like it
Fingers?
you can I at this point, Here we go.
I will lean over to Echo and whisper loud enough for Chromash to hear and just say, it's okay. Brutus will be happy to know where he is right now.
Oh, well, I mean, there's no reason to do that. I just ask you for a number so I can calculate how much.
At least 10.
At least 10. 10? 10 sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Is that agreeable with everyone? 10?
Unless anybody can remember any more.
And what about that big things, Leon?
I thought you guys
Do you
were
remember it?
so out of character. I thought you guys actually took thumbs. One of you wasn't Leon
Yes.
or somebody take or Orient taking?
Leon.
I
Huh?
don't
Yeah,
know
I think so.
if or not.
Weren't you
Leon had
guys
thumbs to them.
or ears or thumbs or something?
I know I asked if we needed that, and he said no, that's not necessary. But I don't remember whether or not I actually did it.
If one of you wanted to collect the thumb or index finger or ear or something of them, you're more than welcome to have done so.
Yeah. How many did we kill in the end?
12.
12.
Not counting the big ogre.
Yeah, that over counts.
Oh, did we? Yeah.
So if you guys want to have those, if that's something that, or because I believe that's something that Orient and Leon would double check with and just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Although it might be toes depending on how Dan feels about it.
It's fingers, if I remember that. Leon. I asked, do we bring fingers? Cormac said no. Then Leon said, no, we need to take care of. We need some. And I remember we asked for bodies, and they
Yeah.
brought some bodies.
Yeah, that's fine. So you guys have 11 plus a giant ogre finger. You're like, whoa, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count this one as 2. Is that fine? This big one is
Speak to
2.
Leon. He was the one responsible for that one. I mean, I wouldn't want to undersell it to Leon. He has an ego.
He was big, but he was real easy to take down. I had no problem with him.
So 2. Okay. So you guys have 13 total. So these 11 plus this guy counts as 2. So you have 13. All right. Times 5. That gives you. And you see him turn around. He takes up a couple stacks of gold, and he's like, "Here's your bonus for 65 gold."
65.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can do better than that.
Well, it's 5 gold apiece.
Oh, no. I'm sure that it's more than that.
You sure? I don't think we discussed it, but give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Remembering that the minimum roll on this is 10.
Yes. So a 20.
So 20, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you guys did. All right. So he pulls out another 65 and gives it to you. There you go.
Echo. Just
Mhm.
leave it. Just let's continue. There's something he wants from us, and let's check what he wants. And
So the party just got another 330 gold.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 175, 80, 87, and 5 silver each.
Yeah. Now that that's taken care of, the one of the leaders of the Guardian Project would like to speak with you all.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to attack anybody, are you?
Not yet.
Okay. So he goes back here and he pulls out a key and he unlocks this door. He goes back here and you hear him perception checks from everybody.
Okay.
Is it sight-based or sound-based?
Sound. Everybody but Orient, who's over in the corner, still rubbing his head, hears, ma'am, they're here. Do you want me to go in with you? No? Okay, I'll just stay here. And then, about 30 seconds later, this woman appears and moves over here to sit across from, there's a chair. She closes the door, and you see this woman.
Nice art.
Does she really have 3 swords on her?
No. She has what appears to be a what did I call it? She has a spear that's strapped where that big sword is on her back. That's a spear.
Okay.
She's wearing.
Man, I am impressed.
Is she that cute?
Yes.
Excellent.
And Leon, give me a perception roll.
Vision based.
Yes, I think you would notice this. Yeah. That weapon is adamantine. You can tell by like it's got a dark wood shaft, but like every 10, 12 inches, there's this metal adamantine wrap, like circlet put in it, and then the whole top third of it is all straight metal.
Leon just kind of step over this way so that the glaive kind of reflects in the candlelight, kind of showing off.
Greetings. It's so finally nice to meet all of you. My name.
Yeah. Who are you?
My name is Agatha von Edric. I am one of the council members of the Guardian Project. There are a few of us. We normally don't handle the day-to-day operations, but your little group has seemed to come across several items that are of interest to us. And she looks over at Orient.
Yes.
And
I was wondering,
what items might these be?
well, that for one. And she points at Ebony.
You just want a dagger?
Oh, no, that's not just any dagger. That's my sister?
Oh God. Can we talk that late? Oh God. Can we?
Sister? It's a dagger.
Agatha, Miss Agatha. Can we? You should. Let's talk that about. Can we talk that about later?
Oh, no, it's very important to discuss that now.
It's.
Yeah, we'll step over here.
What was that, Robert?
He's just stepping closer to take a closer look at the dagger.
Oh, it's a really nice dagger. Like, it's intricate.
It's a nice dagger. I mean, how is it your sister?
Well, I say sister in a generalized term. She's a part of me.
I understand that. I feel, a good weapon feels like an extension to yourself.
I was told that you all have no memories before you washed up on shore. Is that correct?
Yeah, a little bit. Some things are coming
That
back.
is true.
There's some There's some gaps.
Well, hopefully I can fill in some of those gaps. Have you all heard of a soulbinder? Dan, an Arcana check.
Is that somebody who makes shoes?
Can I help with that, or
No, this is
Okay.
yeah. So Dan, you've heard this rings a bell. As she says that, you remember that soulbinders are kind of weird spellcasters, kind of like you. Whereas they have instead of having a patron, they have a spirit, or they have like a spirit or an object or something that they imbue with they bind the soul of another creature, and that allows them to basically, it's like a super familiar. But they're extremely rare. Like warlocks are rare, soulbinders are even more so.
You said that's your sister. If that's, do you know who I am then?
Yes.
Great. Tell me, is I am one of the Guardian projects? Because this is only the logic ID now in my brain.
Well, you were. See,
Oh,
my
go ahead.
sister ended up catching the attention of a certain wizard. And you were sent to go bring her back.
What? You call me Mercent?
What? What was
no?
that?
You
You
call
were
me?
sent. You
Ah, you
were
were sent.
sent.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
heard Mercent.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You were sent to bring her back.
As what? As one of your people? Or mercenary like you do?
No, you were one of us. I mean,
Okay.
you were a fairly decent infiltrator. We thought it would be easy for you to slip in, uh, free her, and bring her back. But then you never came back.
See, I told you, Orient, that there was more to your story. You weren't
No,
just a cultist.
it is different. Last time I was, oh, last thing I believed it was I am inside a cult as a right hand to kill the leader. And but
Oh,
before
it
that,
looks like
No.
it
That's
seems that you were. It seems that you were an agent for these people to try and rescue her sister.
the best we can gather from the information is that my sister had been cursed and bound to the dagger. So instead of you having to free her, you took the dagger and ran. My sister has quite a bit of influence, so it was more than likely you were continuing to try to find a powerful object that you could use to free her from the dagger.
yeah, your sister have her own charm.
Oh, she does. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Isn't that right, Ebony? And all of you hear, yes, sister, in your minds.
What was that?
Oh, that's how she talks. She thinks it's
I don't
funny.
like that.
So, if you've heard of a soulbinder, you know that most of us, bind souls to objects or small creatures, like you would a familiar or a homunculus or some other, maybe a golem. That is not the case for me. I am a split soul binder. We split our soul into two separate pieces. Ebony is my split.
Hmm. Does that hurt?
No, normally, while one of us, myself, is the arcane, the other soul is more martially inclined. However, in our case, Ebony has become more unique and has adopted her own persona. So she's more like a sister now. I do have limited control. I can still find her if I need to, although it's much harder over longer distances.
Okay, did you know that you were carrying around somebody's soul?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, I'm asking Ori.
Yeah, I know I am holding some sort of a talking dagger.
That's wild. Why didn't you tell us?
You want... Um, look, uh, she have a kind of charm, and I need to make sure she is not dangerous to you, because
It's a piece of metal.
yeah, this piece of metal. Well, okay. Aside everything, I will split. I will spell everything. The reason that I didn't tell you about Ebony, and please, Ebony, don't take over. No answer.
No, no answer.
Oh God. Okay. Ebony have ability that to take over person. And I'll look to Agatha. I believe that's right, Agatha, Miss Agatha.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yep. And second, she somehow have ability to take over mine. And the first request she asks and turn to Echo to slit your throat.
Oh, that's not. Hmm.
But she said,
Echo, do you have a? Do you Echo? Sorry, are you there?
Oh yes. At the moment, I'm just listening in silence.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you didn't have yourself muted or something. Like
No, no,
your
well,
echo is going off and we can't hear it. I just wanted to make sure that was there.
no, no. But I'm giving Orange a very hard stare and say, I think this is something you and I need to have a conversation about later.
no, I don't believe so because the first answer was no, even if I had to kill
No,
myself.
I appreciate that because
The
otherwise,
second,
you would have done something about it.
and yes, there's something she need to feed. She need to be fed. If I didn't fed her, she will lose. This is the reason I start to do some things, but I will go out of control. The reason of my hunger, she's still hungry. And I am still convinced that I will help her. She need my help, and I will continue helping her, and I will not leave her. Only if she decide to leave.
Oh, so you're still upholding your oath. That is good. So
I don't know.
even without your memories, you swore an oath that you would bring her back.
I swore an oath to free her, and I will do that.
So did you retrieve the object of power you were looking for?
I believe I lost it. This one.
You
The
lost.
reason I believe because the reason I inflated I entered the cult is that they have an orb there, and the reason I become the right-handed to get closer and closer, and I believe I success to kill the leader of these cultists and steal the orb. But in my way, I believe their god was angry for me. He
Oh,
took so
so you're the
yeah.
one.
I'm
We
the one.
heard
What?
we heard rumors that someone had killed the high priest of the Black Suns. It was
Yeah,
you? Huh.
that will be me.
The cult didn't take it too well, I don't think.
Oh, of course they didn't. That is, you always were a resourceful one.
Mm.
So, this orb, do you have it?
As I said, I lost it, and I believe I know the location I lost it. And one of my plan is to go there to retrieve it, and but and I will look to the other day. But they have a plan that we go to the mouth of the dragon and return to the cultists.
Just like a real quick in and out.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem. As long as they don't see you.
Yeah, that's the problem. They won't bring me with them. I don't
Well, you
like
have to
this
take.
idea.
Well, you have to take a ship, don't you?
Yes, we have a ship.
Oh, I know.
Miss Agatha, if excuse me, I this is something bothering me for a long time, and it's taking out of me that I have this dagger. I've been right of hand of some crazy cultists, and I understand the reason. Some of the puzzle parts come to me that the moment I retrieve this dagger from that wizard you told me about, and I believe this wizard is from the tower that you're talking about.
Oh, yes.
So the reason for me to enter the cult is that to free her, and I will continue. But the question is, What's my name?
That's a good question. What do you want your name to be?
Oh, okay. I will leave it to you.
Oh, of course you're going to leave it to me, huh?
Yes, I will leave it to you.
uh,
Finn's McGillicuddy.
Vince McGill.
Enter the name generation.
If there's anybody in chat who wants to throw out a name, I'm more than uh, happy to listen. Right now, I'm going to take a look. I honestly thought you had one prepared.
No,
No,
actually, no.
no, of course not. Why would you have one prepared? What?
Like,
Oh, David? David disappeared.
Yep, sorry, I just switched my camera off.
Oh, okay. You doing okay?
I just I don't know. I'm not in the right headspace to be playing tonight. I just, I was wanting to try to wait until we had a break so I could just say this off cam, but it's like, yeah, just finish the session out without me. I will watch the VOD and get caught up on it, but I'm just
Okay.
having a tough time with it tonight.
No, that's believe me, I totally understand. We can definitely do this without Dan. We will get you caught up on the VOD, and I'll get in touch with you later. Okay?
Okay, I'll see you all next week, guys.
No problem.
Take care, Dan.
Be well, Duke.
Okay.
I hope he gets well soon.
Give me 1 second here while I disable. Let's see if this works.
By the way, I opened my what's the name?
Give me 1 second while I fix your camera.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a good time to step away for a break.
No. It takes about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had to rearrange that. No, we're good. I have you know what? Yeah, why don't we go ahead and take a small break here? We will be right back in about 5 minutes. Everybody, take your break here. I do need to move Robert's camera too, so leave your camera on real quick, Robert.
Okay.
We will be right back. We're gonna take care of some things, and we will return. All right, we're back. She looks at you and says, yes.
Okay.
Her name is Jorah Gall.
I see.
What are you doing?
Doing
I
some
have no idea. Like I
I
fall?
was gonna say, I was gonna say, you got the name and suddenly it's like, oh my god, crunch and fell over.
Did I fall? My name is Jarago.
You just passed out.
God.
um. Okay, so just for clarity's sake, and so I can keep it straight in my head, which one of these names do you want to be referred to as?
When we alone, call me Joragol. But if we are front of people, please call me Scythe or Orient.
Okay, do you have a particular preference as to which one of the two, or?
Pick as you'd like.
You're just gonna run around with like 6 names.
Idiot.
You got a different name for every city.
If you didn't give me that name, I'll take a 3 name.
I, as a person, have trouble with names as it is. So when
Oh.
everybody has 3 different names, I'm out of there.
Yeah. No, for real, Scythe and Orient that good. No need, like. And
So
so,
just catching up, your dagger talks to you and it wants to kill us, and you want to
no,
keep.
no, 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 no. It doesn't want to kill you.
You just said it wanted to slit Echo's throat.
Only Echo Throat.
Yeah, I mean, I said us as a group, and Echo's
No,
part
no,
of
no,
it.
no. No, no, I understand, but no, no, she meant only Echo, because Echo is.
I don't see
And
how
you hear in your head, that was just the one time. I didn't know them yet.
Okay.
that sounds dangerous to me.
Yeah, just
You have a
Just
dagger
don't-
that can take control of you, a dagger
Yeah.
that wants to kill people.
yeah.
Just doesn't sound like a good idea.
It's no different from me and you that when I have to decide that we're gonna kill people, but the difference is that one take over me.
How do I know you're not?
Sorry, can I, if I may? Okay, I'm a little bit concerned
Mm.
that it can take over you and has threatened my life already. You can see my problem.
Yeah, I can see. I believe me, if that happen, it will happen like multiple times because believe me, I can get the chance, but she will never do that because she know if she cross that line, everything will end down here.
We're all
So don't
friends.
worry.
You hear in your head, we're all friends now.
What she said.
Oh,
Agatha, you're okay
she-
with him just carrying your soul around like this?
Well, obviously she's become more than that now, hasn't she?
Apparently.
concerningly.
But wherever it is,
It
I am still gonna work.
seems she has become a sentient weapon.
Okay,
But still, I
can
want
I?
to free her.
I
Okay.
know that. Must have been a reaction to whatever spell he used. Because I can put items into her and they meld into her. It's not supposed to be the other way around. Very interesting. I'd have to examine her. take a look. Do you mind?
Give me. Do you mind, Ebony? If you say no, I will refuse.
I don't mind. For now.
Okay. If Ebony doesn't mind, I have no problem. And I will take out my dagger, fling it, and give it to her.
She tucks it into a little sheath on her side. Like she kind of like sticks it between her belt. Now, the more pressing matters. Where are the orbs?
What orbs?
Well, Chromash said you had one.
Leon will reach into his bag and take out that shiny rock he found on the beach. This one?
No.
Okay, good, because I wasn't going to give it to you.
As soon as you pull the rock out, Dan looks at you and goes, 3 gold.
I'm holding out for 4.
I'm not going to go to 4.
All right, I'll put it back in my pocket.
No. The orb that you already have, may I see it?
Who's holding that again?
It's
I think you gave
outskirts
both of them to
Dan.
Dad. I think you gave both of them to Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
will
thought I
leave
had
that
one of them.
for you.
I thought I had no. Dan got one of them, but I've got the other one in my bag of holding. I think.
Yes. Yeah. So they know about the one that Dan had because he showed it to Chromash.
Yeah, Chromash knew about that one.
May I see it?
Yeah, I don't want to answer on Dan's behalf on that.
Yeah.
Why am I not able to? Yeah, Dan's fine.
All right. If Dan's good with showing,
So she takes the orb. It's the rune covered one, right?
yeah.
And yeah, it's brass with brass runes on it. She looks it over and goes, that is interesting. You say you were trying to use one of these to bring her back?
It's the orb that I found it in. That's what I understand. That when I killed the high priest and I lost it, it's one of the orb that can release her from this dagger.
Is that the only thing that can release her?
And this is the information she gave it to me.
And you hear, I just told you what you told me.
Ebony, sweetheart, I lost my memory. Like
Well,
literally,
you told me that you were going to go get this object because you found it and it was powerful.
So I will do that, and I will continue to do that. If that thing able to free you, I will do it. If
But that's
not my
well, or no. So Agatha asked you, "Is that the only thing?" And you asked Ebony, and Ebony's like, "I don't know. You told me that it was going to work."
yeah. So I'm telling that that moment before I lost my memory, Joragal believed that orb that only thing can save her. So this is what still he believed.
Okay.
Maybe this orb able to save her.
Hmm.
That you're holding. But at the same time, remember it is a keys for the uh, the
Yes,
the
but
what
they
they call
can't
it,
be.
the tower.
They can't be destroyed. They're too powerful for that. That's why they're normally hidden away. I'd love to know how you got a hold of this one. And she hands it back to Dan. Hmm. Well, you've managed to keep that one safe. So the easiest way to find out how to fix Ebony would be to go back to the tower and find out what spell he used to bind her.
Going at the moment, if you go there, I will say that I believe I lost a lot of my skills when I lost my memory, and that God did something on me because
Yes, but now there's four of you. There was only one of you
yeah,
last time.
I
but
think you underestimate yourself.
there's still few things I believe that we can do because we have a lot to do. That we need to deal with the cultists. We need to deal with the bandit that they searching for these orb because we have competition.
Oh
We need
yes,
to get
the wizard is searching for them.
oh it is a wizard bandit then.
The wizard hired the bandits.
Okay.
Yeah, he's searching for the orbs as well.
I mean, what is his overall goal with them? To use them to release something?
As far as the text that we have say, uh, they unlock powerful guardians. Guardians of what, we're not sure.
We we met I don't know how to pronounce this permo per, ah permo that creature that we found in the underground when we found the second key the second orb.
Primordial.
Yeah, permo I can't pronounce. I can't say it.
A
It's hard.
primordial.
hmm
You spoke to
We
a
found,
You spoke to a
yeah,
primordial. Where?
I can't speak. I will give her the location, that location where we found it, and show
Well,
it.
what did you find in that? Did you find
We
another orb there?
we found the second orb.
Oh, do you have? May I see it?
I do not have this one.
You lost this one as well.
No, I will turn to Echo.
No, I have the second orb. Um, sorry. You'll forgive me for being a little careful, but this is the first time we've ever met you,
Yes.
as far as we know, and it kind of concerns me that we're giving you all this information without you providing very much information to us.
What kind of information would you like?
What's your organization's purpose in finding
Yeah,
them?
To protect the orbs
from what? Or from whom?
from anyone that would use them to awaken the guardians.
And what makes you believe that would be a bad thing to awaken the guardians?
Because that's what all of our texts say. That when the guardians awaken, uh, Origin will tremble.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. I mean, it could be tremble with ecstasy and joy. You know, I've made people do that.
No, they're never. The text never refer to it as a good thing. It is something to be avoided.
And then, so what's the wizard's motivation to do this?
He's an evil bastard who thinks he has some other plan. He thinks that releasing the Guardians will unlock some sort of power for him.
And so we have 2 of these orbs, and you're okay with that? With us just holding on to them?
Well, I would like to see the other one.
But say we show it to you, you get a good look at it, and you'll give it right back to us, right?
I see no reason not to.
Can I incite her?
Yeah, go ahead. She's telling you the truth.
Leon, she's
Alright.
telling me.
I'll
I believe her.
I'll-
She's telling the truth.
I'll remove the orb from my bag of holding
Mm.
and slide it across the table to her.
She'll pick it up and goes, "Ooh, interesting. Have you put the 2 of them together?"
I didn't want to on the basis that I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Well, there's only one way to find out what will happen.
I like that line of thought. Hey Dan, can I borrow your orb?
And this is where Dan says no.
Okay, I have one too.
Huh?
And Leon will pull the steel orb out of his bag.
Oh, you have a third?
I think so, yeah. It's a steel orb. It has wind runes on it.
And where did you find this?
Leon's not sure. It's the shipwreck, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's found on a shipwreck.
Is that the one you were stealing?
Me? I don't know. Was I stealing one?
No, she's looking at Jorah.
Wait. No, the third one is lost in the sea when the ship destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah, the one you took from the island's the one we don't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have only
Yeah.
2 orbs, if I remember.
No, you have 3. You have 3.
wait.
Leon has
One-
one. Leon has one. Dan has one. Echo has one.
Yeah, everybody but you's got one.
No. Leon found something, but not the orb, if I remember.
Nope. It's blue steel with runes that look like waves and lightning with 4 grooves on the back.
It's orb. Oh, that we found it in the wreck, right?
Yes.
It is an orb. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it is It is a symbol that we're gonna open the same way we found the second orb. Okay, I mistook that one.
But Leon will walk up and touch orbs. Let's touch orbs.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay. So you're touching Echo's orb with yours.
Will I get a chance to stop this before it happens?
Uh.
Have you been able to stop Leon of anything before?
You know what?
Yeah, I had to walk around you to get there.
Both of you give me dexterity saves. You add any kind of bonuses you have to them, whatever kind of bonuses you have to them, to see who reacts first. Echo, you have the ability to stop him if you would wish.
Wow.
I'll let it happen.
Okay. You
Why am I
touch.
doing
You touch your blue steel orb to the bronze orb with the energy crackling around it. And oof. I need you to make a con save.
That's no problem.
Oh, Christ.
Ah, good. You take 3 points of thunder damage as you and her are blown apart from each other.
That kind of tickles.
Okay, that's a weird explosion.
Does it do that every time?
Okay. We won't be doing that again, she says.
I'll do it. Just hand it to me. I'll try again.
No.
No.
And years.
We've tried it once. It
Did it
didn't
happen?
go well.
If you try it twice, does it happen twice?
No,
Leon,
she's actively holding the orb away from Leon, trying to hand it to Echo.
Okay.
uh,
Nobody else is curious about this.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm just not curious enough to want to die for it.
It tickled a little bit.
Miss Agatha, about Ebony, can you see what's her ability?
Oh
I
yes,
think
yes. It'll take me a few hours to do that.
Okay. Because I believe I can use her in full extent.
Well, so you have 3 of these orbs.
Yeah. How many are there total? Like 7 or 8?
5.
5.
Huh.
You know where one of the other ones is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
And I trust it in my hands rather than anybody else's.
Oh, well, you've done a phenomenal job of keeping them safe.
I rest my case.
It's just slightly unsettling that they're all showing up. They've been hidden for ages. We'll have to do some more research on this. Very well. If you would like to take care of some of your other business and come back, I should have some answers for you about Ebony. And I still would like your answer about going to the tower.
Where is the tower?
Oh, it's not far. Maybe a week's travel.
Okay.
Maybe
we can
more.
do that.
But remember, Leon, you have your travel on the island.
Oh yeah, we can go there too.
Yeah, so we don't want, like, we're gonna go to the tower, but now the problem about her brother.
What about her brother? Who's your brother?
I will leave it to that to Echo.
For somebody who doesn't really want to give information away, you seem to be, you seem to be communicating an awful large amount.
Yeah, I'm happy.
My
with that.
brother and I, my brother is a import and export merchant in the city.
Oh. And he's in some kind of trouble?
Let's just say the recent events have not been kind to him, and he's potentially could lose a lot of money unless we help him.
How much?
45,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
No, that's a hell of a lot.
Well, I mean, how about I make you this offer? You go to the tower, you find out what he's really up to, and bring that information back to me, and I will settle your brother's debt.
Okay.
That's
Safer than going to the island of Siren's Tears.
Do we get to sail to the tower?
No, it's in land.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, Leon. I have something for you this night. You're gonna have fun with it.
But we will have to go back on the high seas again anyway, Leon, because I would like to take Brago back to his people,
Yeah.
and they're in the Ashen Forest, and we're going to have to sail.
Well, the ship will we will let you use the ship when you come back.
Yeah, we still need to talk to the Shipwrights Guild about it.
No.
It was we need to figure out who had it under lease because I guess there's still a question mark on that.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Well, yes, it's my ship. You can use it.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
But it's your chip.
The just weird thing happened. Captain's quarters might need some renovation.
What do you mean?
Bit of an explosion.
An
And then
explosion? What kind of explosion?
Your previous captain kind of popped down there.
Popped?
Yeah, did it?
Could somebody with a little bit more eloquence please explain
captain,
what's going on with my
the
ship?
captain was hiring undead, and he is
No. Let me, please.
What?
Let me.
What?
The previous people that had leased the boat from you
Yes.
were the captain and the first mate were undead revenants, and
Well, the
had
captain
been
wasn't
hired.
undead.
Well, the first mate certainly was.
Well, he hires the crew. I leased it to him.
Well, anyway, he ended up dead. The first mate ended up trying. The ship got hired by my brother to deliver some stuff for the cult.
Okay.
This is not a good thing.
What kind of stuff?
Some chests.
What was in the chests?
We have no idea.
Did you not open them?
They were empty before we got there.
Give me a deception check.
You're sticking to that story.
This is what I've been telling all the way along. Normal, but that'll do. 24.
She's. You can tell, Echo, that she seems skeptical. She's listening to your story, but it's not that she doesn't believe you, but
It's that she doesn't believe me.
No, it's not that she doesn't believe you. It's you know how when you're telling somebody something and they think something's off, but they have no way of verifying it.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you can tell she's a little hesitant, but she go on.
And he was hired to get this stuff from one place to the other. It didn't arrive, obviously, because these guys obviously ripped it off before we got there. But now he needs to replace the cargo. Hence the debt.
Oh. And you're saying that that both the captain and the first mate were undead?
Well, at the very least, the first mate was, and we suspect the captain was as well. Although he was kind of dead when we got there.
There's something going on with his skin, right? The captain when we broke him.
Yeah, he was not in a good way.
An undead creature flew out of the captain, so maybe the captain was just possessed. But he did.
No, that's a good point.
All of a sudden, you hear her say, "Terrence!"
Yeah, that's Terrence. Terrence was there.
Terrence comes in.
What?
Yeah, boss. What happened to the captain? He died. I told you that. No. These fine people say that he was undead, and that a spirit came out of him, and that the first mate was also an undead. Did you fail to think that was important to tell me? Well, you asked what happened. I said they were dead. I mean, technically, that's true. Um, uh, need everybody to make a wisdom save, please.
Yay.
No problem.
Oh God, no.
Wow. Okay. Echo, you and Leon are taken aback and like caught off guard as you see the lower half of her body. Her legs meld into a serpentine tail.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got the upper half of a woman and the lower half of a serpent. And then you see ghostly snakes appear as her hair kind of raises, and she looks right at Terrence and says, "You will not fail me again." And Terrence needs to make a saving throw. Poor Terrence.
Oh no. Leon feels super guilty for getting Terrace in trouble.
Okay. You see Terrence. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I made the wrong save. Let me. Okay. You see Terrence start to turn to stone slowly. You see little pieces of rock and things start to form on him.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
As
I don't think he deserves that. I mean, that seems a little harsh.
she turns to you. Whatever he is to you is nothing to me.
Yes.
Um,
Still,
You're
you're not really selling it on why I should be helping you now.
Echo, I think you're carrying something that could unelectrify him.
Yes, I do.
Terrence turns completely to stone.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
And,
I've got a little.
well, she turns to you and goes, she shakes her head a little bit and her legs form back and she, like she's like shaking off this. She's like, terribly sorry. I'll turn him back later. He'll be fine. Just a little reminder that.
Do I believe that she's going to do that?
Make an insight check.
I will chuckle and said, I can understand where's Ebony took that.
Yeah, she's being truthful. Like this is clearly something that she has control over.
If Terrence is in timeout.
Yeah,
Terrence is in timeout.
yeah. Terrence is in time. I'm sorry. I occasionally have to remind them that I am not just a woman. They have a tendency to forget that even though most of them are spellcasters of some sort, that their power still pales to mine.
Yep.
He'll be fine. Chromage, please put Terrence out front. You see Chromage waddle in and go, oh, crap. Oh, yeah, okay. And you see him carry Terrence and puts Terrence out here. I guess you want me to take care of this, mind the store while Terrence is indisposed. Okay, I'll do that. She doesn't answer him, but he's like, okay, I'll do that, and he shuts the door.
Uh, Miss Agatha, may I ask, when do you want me to return to look to Epony? Because what's the time now?
Like 9 o'clock in the morning. I think you guys have been about an hour.
Oh,
It's like it's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, it's still early, like a lot
Oh yeah, there's
early.
lots of time. She says it'll be a couple hours. You can wait here if you'd like.
Yeah, I will wait here because
I got some errands.
me and Leon gonna have fun later.
So you want to wait?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait, and I will have a chat with you if that's okay with you.
Well, I won't be able to chat. I'll be busy in the middle of a ritual.
Yeah. Can I have a personal talk with you?
Go ahead.
No, alone.
That's up to your companions.
Yeah, I think the Echo, we can run some errands
I'm-
around town.
I'm happy to give Jorah some time with this lady. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so you two head out. As you guys go out, you will see the Terrence statue.
Leon, is there a hat anywhere around that? Oh, I see a hat right there. I'm going to put that on Terrence.
Okay. Liam puts the hat on there. Echo, you do notice that this is a shop that does have quite a few trinkets. Some of them are shiny, some of them are odd.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I've got quite a lot of money on me.
Leon,
I've got how much have I got?
don't forget tonight. I have something for you. I know I repeat that a lot, but believe me, I wanna. There's something I need you, like really, really. I
It's
need
like,
you.
I have to go murder some people, and I want an accomplice. If I'm going to jail, you're coming with me. I don't want to go on a murder spree by myself. It's lonely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Look, let's go shopping. I've got loads of stuff to buy, and money to do it with.
This is a magic shop. Everything in here is a magic item.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Chromash, look at this. And I will show Chromash my armor with eyes.
Oh, that's
Pretty cool, right?
yes, highly cool.
Yeah.
Kind of gives a look to Echo, like, is he okay?
Yeah. No, he's fine. Oh right. Okay. Magic shop. Nom 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 nom. What do they have for sale?
What would you like? What are you looking for? Tell me what you're looking for.
Well, the first thing is I would like so I can get rid of this gloom silk dress and this stupid armor. I would like to find a cloak of protection of some kind. That would be awesome.
They have a small assortment of robes, cloaks, and various apparel. It's over by where Leon is standing.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. This is the rack. As you can see, there's like a little shelf here, and there's a rack of things hanging up on there. Ooh, in the mood for some clothing?
Absolutely, I'm always in the mood for some clothing.
Oh, we have a special item that just came in.
Really? Tell me more.
It's called shift weave. It's right there. It's the first one closest to me. And
I'll go over and examine these.
what you see is you see a very nice cloak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll examine it more carefully.
Um, oh, it's shift weave.
What does shift weave do? I assume that I'm a novice in these things.
Oh, well, shift weave is so it's a suit of clothing that can appear as any other clothing, or like
Ooh,
4 different types of clothing,
excellent.
aside
And
from the
how
one it
much would
looks like.
and how much would that be?
Oh, that is um, let's do. Let's bring this up. Give me 1 second here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take your time.
That would be 3,300 gold.
Okay. Much as I would like to purchase that, unfortunately, I don't have the funds for it just at the moment.
Well, I mean,
What
you
else?
would get a discount.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 10%.
Oh, I'm still unfortunately out of my price range.
Oh.
However, it's extremely pretty, and I would like it. Perhaps I can consider purchasing it at a later date.
Well,
Do you have
we do
any?
take trade-ins too.
Interesting. I do have this gloom silk dress
Oh, gloom silk.
that provides us. Yes.
Let me see here. Gloom silk, gloom silk. He pulls out a little. Turns around, pulls out a book, and he's like, gloom silk, gloom silk. Gloom silk. Uh, it's used, right?
Yes.
So that would be I could give you 500 for it.
Okay. 500 plus what I got. I'm still unfortunately outside of my price range, as much as I would like it.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is too bad. It's a great
We have
shame.
a cloak of the arachnid. That's the one with the
That,
spidery thing on it.
and what does that allow you to do?
Lets you like make webs and climb on walls and stuff like that, like spiders. I don't know. I think it's kind of creepy myself.
It doesn't really fit with the rest of my wardrobe. Is there anything that would help, but perhaps provide a certain level of protection?
Oh, protection.
Hmm.
You want like armor or something, right?
Well, more a sort of some kind of raiment or garment that would provide me a certain level of magic.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me check the inventory here. And he starts rummages around. Let me see. Do I have that here with me, or did I put it somewhere else? Sorry, give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I put it in here, but I had to put a bunch of stuff out of the way so I could use it. Um, Stack of macros. Oh, nope. All right. That's fine. It is right. You know, nothing's ever where you put it.
No.
Like I have it. I have no idea where it's at. I think it's in my Google Drive. There's supposed to be a link in the Foundry for it. I'm looking for. Let me find it.
Oh, the other thing that I was potentially interested is, do you have any magical instruments, musical instruments?
Magical musical instruments? No, we don't have any of those. Like,
Okay,
what those?
it's worth asking.
I mean, why would somebody have a magical instrument? Like, that's weird. Like, who would use those?
People with skill.
Oh, well. Okay. Yeah, I got one of those rings. I got one of those rings. It's right here. And he opens up a little box that's got like 4 or 5 rings in it, and there's one that's kind of a silver inlay with it looks like shields filigreed all the way around it.
Excellent. And this is a that of protection.
Yeah. It's a ring of protection. Totally help keep you from getting killed.
Excellent. And how much would this ring be?
This one, with or without your discount?
Assume without the assume that there's the discount involved, but that I'm just going to be paying for it. So whatever the price is minus 10%.
Oh, okay. So, 2,600.
2,600. So it was 2,860 gold pieces previously.
Mm-hmm.
Something similar. Struggling to wonder. Okay. Unfortunately, that's outside of my price range at the moment as well.
You don't have anything else to trade? You got any spell scrolls? We're getting kind of low on spell scrolls. I can give you like 10 gold, 10 gold per spell level. I can do that.
Okay, well, we do have some spell scrolls that personally I wouldn't be using, and I don't believe any of my companions would be able to use. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3. 4. So 5 levels of spells is what, 50 gold pieces?
Yep.
Seems hardly worth it, but I'll do it anyway. And I'll
Leon.
I'm still way outside, unfortunately. Oh, the only other thing I've got is this platinum signet ring.
Is it magical?
No, but it's worth about 800 to 900 gold pieces.
Oh, if it's not magical, I'm not allowed to take it.
I see.
Leon, you hear Echo continuously haggling with this guy, with Chromage. What do you do? What are you doing while she's
looking around the not interested in a lot of this fancy stuff. But Echo, I've got some gold if you need to borrow it. Not a lot.
And I don't want to deprive you of money that you might need, my friend.
I'm not.
And it's for the benefit that I'm going to receive. It's only a small increase in my protection, and I'm generally quite good at escaping from situations should I need to. So, well, what I will do, Chromash, is I will request that you keep those items, and I'll probably be back for them at a later date.
Oh, you want to put them on layaway?
I'd like you to reserve them for me, please. Yes.
Oh, well. See, here's how this works. You sign this contract. You give us a down payment, and then every week you come in and you give us the same payment, and then after a certain number of weeks, you'll have it all paid off.
Okay. Assuming that we went ahead with this, how much would you need as a deposit?
20%.
20. I can ring for the ring. I can do that. So 20% of 2,600 is 520 gold pieces. Correct.
Yes.
No problem. I can afford that. Okay, so I'll give him the 520 gold.
Okay, he makes you sign a contract saying that you will pay 10% of this every week until the rest of it's paid off.
Okay.
Are you going to read the whole thing?
Yes, I am, very carefully before I sign it.
Give me an investigation check. Uh,
22.
You notice the fine print that if you do not make the minimum payment every week, the interest is 780%.
Yeah, I'm going to turn around to Chromash. Excuse me. Come here.
Yes.
This.
Yeah.
This interest 780%. Are you kidding me?
No, these are magic items.
Look,
that's well within the legal limit. The legal limit is 987.
Right.
We lower it.
We
lower it by 107 because we're a respectable and in good standing with the Wizards Guild and the Artificers Guild.
Considering who this contract is going to, do you want to reconsider that interest rate?
Well, I can't change the interest rate.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. I don't own the store.
Well, sorry, who owns the store?
You know who owns the store? The project owns the store.
Well, in which case, these are terms and conditions that can be changed. Here, simply. Excuse me, give me a quill.
No.
Isn't it in the project's interest to keep us safe?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look. Okay, hold on. He looks at Leon, who is smiling, but to him it looks like Leon is gnashing his teeth.
Definitely smiling.
And he notices Echo's getting. He goes, okay. Listen, I'm not supposed to do this. So he reaches under the table and he pulls out another contract. And he says, "It's for friends and family. I don't have any family, so we'll just say that you're my cousin, okay?"
Right.
And he shows you this contract.
Okay, and I'm going to go to the place where it mentions interest rates and check that.
It's 500%.
Chromash.
Yes.
Let me explain something to you.
What? All you have to do is pay 10% every week.
I might not be here because I'm off doing things.
Well, if you pay next week's right now, then you don't have to worry about it.
You not get the whole point about me not having enough money to pay for it in the first place.
Yeah, that's why you're putting it on layaway.
Kromash,
Yes?
I'm going to explain this to you in very simple terms.
260 gold a week. That's it. That's all you got to pay. For 10 weeks. You're all caught up. Or for 8 weeks.
This is super boring to Leon, so I think at this point he's walking around the shop,
Yes.
touching the orb to different objects, seeing what happens.
Are you touching stuff in the magic shop?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Give me a percentile. Because what could possibly go wrong? Ah, awesome. Yeah, there's this really cool looking staff that's got all these lightning bolts and stuff on it, and Leon's like, ooh, lightning. And you touch it. Give me a dexterity save, please.
Oh,
No,
God.
that's no problem.
Oh, God.
Wow, Leon, you are the man. I rolled 3, 2, and a 1 out of 3d6. Leon is not going to learn his lesson.
There's no consequences for Leon.
There's no downside for Leon, is there? Leon lives a charmed life, doesn't he? You take 6 points of electrical damage, and you notice all the runes on the staff glow. And Kromash goes, holy crap, yeah, as lightning sparks. And you're like, and your hair all stands up. Like you are now a poofster. Yeah, like you're poofy. You take 6 points of electrical damage, but your hair is just all static straight out. Which is not a good look for a Leonin. I'm just saying.
He looks like a Persian cat.
Yes. and then Kromash is like, hey, don't be messing with the stuff. Look, the staff is all lit up. How did you light that staff up?
I'm very good at magic.
Really? Okay.
Apparently, results based, the answer to that is yes.
Kromash ignores Echo, runs over to where Leon is standing at this point by the we're over here by the weapons and staves and stuff, and he's like, he picks it up and goes, this only had 1 charge left in it. Now it's fully recharged.
You're welcome for that service I just provided you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Whilst Numbnuts is being distracted, how many rings are in that box?
6.
Okay. Are they just loose in the box?
No, they're in. It's like a jeweler's case box. Like they open it up and they got the little places for them. Oh, okay. Now I have to reprice this. So he takes the staff with him and comes back. He comes back over here to where Echo is, and he leans the staff up there. Now I have to reprice it, and he takes this little tag off of it, and he goes, I can't believe that. How am I going to do that?
I would really like to speak to Agatha again, because I think that you guys are trying to rip me off, and I'm not very happy about it.
Okay. He goes, Agatha, customer. He comes back. Orient, you guys have been having your conversation, but we're going to do this real quick. Guess. Oh, it's you. What is it?
This greedy little dwarf is trying to make me sign a contract that asks me to pay ridiculous amounts of interest. Do you know about this?
Yeah, if you don't make your payments on time, we charge you interest on that payment.
Yeah, do you know what the level of interest is?
Should be around 750%, right?
Are you insane?
No. They're magic items.
Of course they are, but look, I'm trying to get something that's going to help me.
Wait.
Oh, wait, no. Let me finish.
You're trying to take a magic item, put it on layaway so you can pay them in installments because you aren't rich enough to actually pay for it right now. I'm allowing you the benefit of putting this on hold so nobody else takes it while you want it, so you can pay for it in installments.
Yeah,
Which means that I can't sell it to somebody who comes in and actually has all the money because I have to hold it for you.
you don't have to hold anything for me, and I'll take my money back. That's fine.
Okay. She slams the door. Goes to pocket. Orient.
Chromash,
Yes?
don't ever let me find you in a dark alley with nobody around.
Okay.
Echo on board.
He's still touching stuff. Okay, so you guys go ahead and you guys make your exit. Leon, I need you to give me a wisdom save.
All right, that should be no problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you totally want to see how what happens if you touch if you touch Terrence the Terrence statue with the orb.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to do that anyway.
Nothing happens, and you just like you're repeatedly like, and you're just like, okay, maybe if I touch his nose, maybe
Try
if I
the
touch
nose, try the shoulder, the hip. Toe.
nothing.
Okay.
There's no reaction from Terrence whatsoever.
Nah. I'll just tap something, whatever's next to the door on my way out the door.
Okay. It squawks at you and says, "Hey, cut it out."
Yeah, whoa. Who said that?
I did.
Who's I?
You look and it appears to be a stuffed parrot.
What are you?
What are you?
I'm Leon. What are you?
I'm Leon. What are you?
No, I'm Leon.
No, I'm Leon.
No, I'm Leon.
No, I'm Leon.
Oh,
Hey, stop it.
Stop.
You know damn well you're not Leon. I'm Leon.
You know damn well you're Leon. I'm not Leon.
Stop it.
Stop it.
At this point, I'm just going to take Leon by the hand and physically drag him away.
What are you doing, Echo? I've got some beef.
No. That is a parrot.
What?
It's repeating everything you say.
With some attitude.
Well, of course it is. It's a fucking parrot. What do you expect?
It's a stuffed parrot. That's not a parrot.
It's a stuffed parrot. It's upset. Right? Somebody's had its hand up its backside and stuffed it full of stuff. It's not happy. That's why it's giving you attitude.
All right.
Right.
It's a little magical trinket that just repeats whatever's said to it. You have to touch it to activate it.
It is.
Right. It looks as if the safest thing for us to do was rather than go back to the Vale of the Island of Sirens' Tears is to go to this tower.
Okay. Sure we can't sail there?
I don't think so. We need a. I'm going to go back into the stock. Chromash.
Yes.
We need a location and information on this temple.
The blue guy. He'll have all the information when he's done talking to the boss.
Excellent. And I'm going to swan my way out of there and start looking for the nearest dressmakers.
Okay. Orient, what kind of talk would you like to have with her? Because she'll give you about the 15 minutes until Chromash interrupts her, and then she will kindly tell you to be quiet after she comes back inside, so she can do the ritual.
okay. So before, do you wanna ask me a question of any of that question you asked before?
No.
Okay, it's up to you. Secondly, I will take out my the gold monologue and mosaic tile think it's called that.
Yeah, the mosaic tile.
Yeah, and show it to her. When I
Oh.
wake up, these things was with me.
Oh. Okay.
You don't know what these?
Looks like a monocle without a lens and a piece of tile. I don't know.
Then you don't know. Okay.
Orient, give me an
Yes.
intelligence check, please.
Okay.
As you're showing her these two items, one in each hand, you put the monocle back in your pocket and you start to put the piece of tile in your pocket, and you notice that the shape is oddly familiar.
The monocle and the
No, the tile, the piece of tile. You put the monocle back in your pocket, and as you get ready to put the piece of tile back in your pocket, you notice that the shape is oddly familiar.
what's the shape of this one? It's like
It's a small square with beveled edges.
oh, sorry, square is because my English is not very good. Square like this?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Let me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Four sides, and beveled means that it's angled from top to bottom. So imagine if you took all but the bottom level of a pyramid off the top of a pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it looks like. So it's slanted. The sides, the edges are slanted down, but it's a square.
Do I remember it from somewhere?
Yeah.
Where?
Do you kind of maybe the book?
Oh, the book that Dan.
Yeah. You know the little square hole?
Okay. I think I have some answer. I need to talk to Dan later on. I will put the monocle and I will leave it for me and Dan when we talk. So you send me you're the one who sent in the tower to rescue
Yeah.
Ebony and
Uh-huh.
you tell me it's the oath that I took.
Yes. You swore that you would return her to me.
I I have not but I'm sorry. I have I don't remember but why? Is there something was connect? What's my connect with you guys?
To us, you were just a, a member.
Flunky.
Yeah, like she's trying. You can tell she's trying hard not to hurt your feelings. Like you were just one of our employees, one of our members.
Hmm.
You had the skill set we needed. You volunteered. The reason I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with you and Ebony. You would have to
Maybe.
ask her that, or I'll ask her that. You know what?
I
I'll have
will.
more answers for you after I get done with this ritual.
No problem. Thank you, Agatha. And is there a reason for that? You want to know what's inside the chest?
Inside the what?
The chest.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a reason. It's from the cult. I'd like to know what they're shipping into the city.
Yeah, it's
Is it
some gold.
dangerous?
It's some gold, and I will click my armor. Some armor, and yeah, that's and the dagger. I found it. Found ebony and some book with Dan. Uh,
No, not that ship. No, he's talking about the stuff that you guys brought. The
no, no, no. This is separate. Like I'm now telling her that we found what we found in that the boxes is this armor
mm-hmm.
and some gold
Right.
and some jewelry
Oh,
and yeah
that
and
armor?
huh?
That armor?
Yeah, I will show her my armor.
Oh, huh. Seems okay. Doesn't seem special.
Yeah, it's light. Make me move better and have more protection.
That was just armor. Anyway, okay. If
Mm,
that's just jewelry and so maybe they were buying something.
yeah,
I'll have to
yeah,
look into that.
and they're a lot weirder, like a 800, 800 gold. I don't
Ooh,
remember, but
oh,
there was a lot of
that's a lot
gold.
of gold. So what'd you guys do with
Yeah,
it? So you guys have the gold?
yeah.
Oh, then why did you lie and tell me you didn't know what was in it and they were all empty?
I didn't lie. I I was gonna answer,
You
but
didn't you didn't stop her when she lied.
believe
She
me,
kind of leans back, crosses her arms. You didn't
I
stop
get,
her when she lied.
I've been like 2 months with her. Like she doesn't let anyone talk, and even her freaking brother want to kill her. Like if one of your family member want to kill you, but he cannot because you are sibling, and only the thing he do is to get rid of her. How can you how you want me to deal with her? Even her brother. This is the reason I told you if you want to ask me, I will answer, and I will not lie.
Hmm. Well, Zora.
And don't ask me why she lied. I don't know. There no reason. Yeah, you're. But for me, I believe you,
Okay.
and I believe I need to save Ebony. For I don't know why, but I think there's something. Maybe my oath. Maybe something. I don't know.
I, we'll find out after this ritual, won't we?
I hope so. So,
You will have
apologize
to.
for my.
So if there's nothing else, I will go take care of this.
Yeah.
You're welcome to wait here, but I will be in the other room.
Okay.
And she disappears.
While she doing that, I will move to to Kormash.
Oh, hey, you all done?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard echo sound. Man, you
She
make
did.
her mad.
It's not my fault.
I understand, but
What do you want me
you
to do
don't
about
have.
it? Like, rules are rules. Like, I'm not in charge. I'm just a merchant.
Just make sure she doesn't meet you in a dark alley.
I
It will
don't plan
not
on
be
being
good
in
in
dark
your.
alleys. That's why I hire.
Hmm?
I don't plan on being in dark alleys. That's why I hire people to go to dark alleys for me. Dark alleys are dangerous. I mean, look what
Yeah.
happened to you. You got hit on the head.
About that, you tell me where's this Traven broken bucket?
Oh, the broken bucket. Yeah, it is. Uh. So, if you go up to the wall, and then follow the wall, north, um, until you reach where the wall turns, and then at where the wall turns, if you turn to your left and look down that street, you'll find the broken bucket.
Thank you. Uh, I will start like looking to the item and said, "Look, Kromash,
Mm-hmm.
I have 350 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want two things. If I can buy them, that's. If I cannot buy them, tell me that I don't have the capability of buying them. One, if you have a good shield. Second, I want something that make me more stealthy.
More stealthy?
Yes.
Uh, hold on.
And remember, as I told you, I have only 350 gold.
Well, we have a pair of boots, but they're way out of your price range. As far as shields, we don't have any shields. So at least not for that. I mean, I have the one shield, but I like seriously, I'm not sure that it's something that you want.
If it doesn't talk, tell me.
Well, it doesn't talk.
Then what?
Huh?
Then what's the problem about it?
Oh, it's not very sneaky. It's kind of big.
No. I need something that can protection and more sneaky. And you tell me there's nothing you have able to capability to buy it, right?
No.
That's okay.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not very good at sneaking.
Yeah. Now, what's the
It's that
item
it's
that you?
he points over to this, and you see this large shield with a big eye on the front of it.
Yeah, that will not work it for me.
I mean, it's
You said
really
something.
helpful.
It's helpful, but I told you I'm.
You want to be
By the way,
sneaky.
Kormash, you know who I am, right?
Mm,
The first we met.
no.
Okay. Can I incite him?
Yeah. But you don't need to roll. He totally has no idea who you are.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, he knows who you
Uh,
are because he's met you now, but he's like, yeah, no. He's like, no,
the first time we met.
no, no.
No.
I got
Okay.
nothing.
Ah, okay.
Matter of fact, I
So
don't
what
think.
did I?
What?
What did you say? What did you
I
say, Kormash?
mean, as far as I know, I don't think I've ever met a Triton this close. I mean, I've seen him walking down the street, but I mean, you're the first Triton I've actually talked to. I mean, you guys don't normally
What?
stay in big cities and stuff like that. You guys have your own cities.
What's your friend that have tentacle? I thought he was like some kind of modified Triton.
No, oh no, that the Guardian Project has this, shall we say, you know what? I can't really explain it. You know,
Okay.
I know all these words that they use, like transmogrify and transmutate, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Don't worry about it then. What's the item that said it is kind of expensive?
Oh, the boots? Yeah, the boots are
Oh,
out of
you
your
said.
price. Yeah, the boots are out of your price range, and the shield is really expensive and not stealthy because
I
it's
don't know.
big. Because it's big and
But
bright
how
and
much?
shiny.
You don't have a cloak that make me like little bit like what I'm wearing. Oh, what?
No,
Hmm.
nothing like that.
Uh,
We have the boots.
how much the boots?
4,200.
Oh, that's a lot.
You can put them on layaway.
Yeah, I
It'll
heard
cost you just
about this.
100. Just cost you 840 gold today, and then 420 a week for the next 8 weeks.
Kormash,
Yes.
Kormash.
Yeah.
When I told you my limitation, just I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying that you can put it on layaway.
No, I cannot put in a live.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, Kormash,
I'll give you the
for
friend
answering.
discount. It'll only be 500% interest.
No, thank you so much. And
You
I'm
sure?
start leaving.
Okay.
Yes, I'm 100% sure. And turn to see. Oh, the
He's
poor
still a
guy.
rock.
Hey,
He's a
like
rock,
looking
but
at him.
he's now wearing a pointy wizard hat.
Who put the hat?
What? What hat? Oh, that hat? I don't
Ah,
know.
yeah,
Maybe it put itself on him. Sometimes it gets lonely.
yeah. Quite weird.
Right after he said that, the parrot goes, "I'm Leon."
Yeah.
Kormash, do you have a way that you find that their weapon is magic?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I will take out my long sword and show it to him. And for some reason, it didn't activate. I don't know why.
What's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to warning me of any hostile
Oh.
coming close to me.
And?
It, I get hit by my head,
Oh.
and
Oh. Well, yeah, let me take a look.
oh,
He
thank you.
lays it out on he unfolds a nice black and purple velvet piece of cloth. He lays it on there. He reaches underneath. He grabs a wand. He looks at it, waves the wand over it, and goes, "Hey, it works. Seems fine."
Interesting. The orc, the people you hired is only thug, right? And I will take out, so I'll return it to my
Yeah.
health again.
Yeah, thugs.
They're thugs and they're able to sneak up me. I'm gonna have fun with them later. Take care, Kormash.
Okay.
And really, really, like, as advice, it's really advice. Don't let her find you in a dark alley.
Again, I don't go in dark alleys. Dark alleys are dangerous. You're going the wrong way. Or are you going to stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
sit there waiting for her.
Okay. So we're going to cut this episode a little short since David's not here to go over the book because he's going to be the only one that can read it. So
Yeah.
you unlocking the book is not going to be helpful if nobody can read the book. And
Yes.
it's better if it comes from David. So this seems like a good spot for today. I'm sorry we're cutting it a bit short, about an hour or so. But
I
we'll
want to
go.
go deal with these thugs.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you want Dan to go with you when you deal with the thugs too.
Yo.
Since Dan is the one that does the most damage in the party. And has the most hit
Beg your
points.
I want Leon, actually. Leon that...
I know, but
that
Dan's going to want to go with you. Like, Dan's not going to want to...
I'm going to ask her, but...
So, we're going to do a slightly truncated affirmations today, since there's only a couple of us here. We'll start with Orient, your favorite... Manam, your favorite Orient slash Jorah slash Science slash whoever. I'm gonna need a Rolodex to keep track of all your names now.
Yeah, I already write them all. It's fun when he, when opened his eye and looked to Chrome and just said, the second when I lost my conscience that I would think 100 times how to kill that person who hit me in the back. And Cromer said, "I didn't do that. I only sent him to talk to you." Yeah, it was great. And yeah,
Sai.
Yeah, I think it's his absolute determination. Well, the people who bonked him on the head are going to suffer, and it's been it's been a theme. Like, whatever happens, however this turns out, those people are dead or crippled or something.
It's like, oh, it's Chromage. Chromage? No, it wasn't me. Well, who was it? It was the thugs. Tell me where they're at. Okay.
Well,
yeah, Robert.
I like that whole conversation with Agatha. There's a lot that happened there. One thing that stuck out to me is the, I guess the realization that he had made an oath prior to losing his memory, and he's still working to fulfill the oath even though he didn't remember it. I thought that was kind of a cool moment.
Yeah, I enjoyed the moment where Orient went inside, sat down, said, "We got to talk," and then just got up and left again. Like, just he came in, sat down, I was like, "Yeah, we got to talk." Yeah, we're gonna go to that island. Come see me outside. Like, he didn't want to explode and destroy shit in somebody else's house. Like, he's this close from starting to flip the, like, I just saw Orient like grip the table and go, "It's not my house, not my table. This guy, I'm just gonna get up and walk away." Instead of just going like flipping the table with all the food on it, like, "Are you fucking crazy?" I'm gonna go take a minute. I'm gonna go take a minute. I mean, yeah, that to me that was pure Orient. Like,
it's frustrating, like really frustrating for Orient. Like I am trying to get far from them as I can, even if
Yeah.
have connection with memory. Like somehow,
Yeah.
like yeah, they hold some part, but I can't find it somewhere else somehow. But and yes, I found it. But to
And
go
let's go
in the
back.
den of the dragon.
Uh, and I'm going to say my favorite Echo moment immediately followed that, where she said, "Well, he took that better than I thought he would." That was so. Sai, your favorite Echo moment, because that was mine. Because that followed like the immediate like you didn't try to talk him out of it. You didn't try to do anything. Like you just laid it out. He storms off, and you're like, "Hey, he took that better than I thought he would."
Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. I thought showing enormous self-restraint around Chromash, because that little dwarf is, I'm going to murder that dwarf. Seriously,
You have hated him from the moment you met that NPC. You have had nothing but despise for this little guy.
Well, I do not trust him, and the very fact that he tried to make me sign that contract is just whatever minuscule amount of trust that I may have once had for him has now been eroded to nothing. I do not trust him.
Right, you don't trust him, but in all fairness, he did just open up a file cabinet basically and pull out like one of like 1,000 of these things. Like they're like it's just like a standard like thing that he just like, oh here, sign here. Like
I know, but I still think that that's massively, horribly ripping people off, and I don't like it. The other thing is that just so you know, my brother's going to be really happy because one, I'm going to be able to tell him that I've sorted his financial problem out, and two, I'm going to be able to tell him where Chromash is so he can find him with money out.
Oh,
That's my favorite Echo.
Yeah, my second favorite Echo moment was being white-headed and going, fucking Chromash. Like, that's like the moment that you walked in and just goes, you're looking around and you're like, is that Terrence from the boat? Is that fucking, like, I can just see her hand go to her dagger, like, oh, fucking just
Seriously, I was very, very close at one point to like just starting to cast magic on him.
I know. That's what I love about your interaction with Chromash. It's like, and it's been consistent. But I just love that revelation to the characters. Robert, your favorite Echo moment?
I think still along with Chromash, you said it was consistent, but it wasn't entirely consistent because once Echo found out that Chromash was selling some magic shiny clothing, kind of conversation.
But you know what she's like. It's like shinies. I want shinies.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
yeah.
Started
but
out,
I don't trust Chromash, so I'm going to check to make sure I'm not getting horribly ripped off here. And it's like I'm getting horribly ripped off here.
Yes.
To chart your vehemence towards Chromash, start up top. You sell a magic items, comes that down here until you see what you like. Then you have the contract and just skyrockets.
Like, I'll let him live for a minute.
I kind of feel that they sort of owe us. They're asking us to go off and do some really dodgy shit for them.
Yeah, well, you remember they asked us to do that when we were level 1, so that's just
They're still asking you to do it.
Go to the tower. We're level 1. Yeah, you want to
we're not the only people they've asked to do this, and there's just a trail of bodies out there.
Yeah, this is seriously. You've got.
Well, now to be fair, you now know that Orient got in and got out.
Yeah.
Without being killed.
The other thing I was going to say to Orient is, look, if we have to go back to the island of Siren's Tears, I can just make him invisible.
Yeah.
There is also that. But the other thing was, I do not trust that woman.
No. Manam.
Agatha.
I'm sorry. Manam, your favorite Echo moment?
Yeah, I like when she, after the, like, Arian throw him out, she followed him and, I'm gonna, like, pursue him and persuade him of coming with me. And, no! Come, Echo, like,
Yeah,
when
yeah, just a simple like she knows you're mad, but so she walks up and she kind of puts her arm through your arm, and kind of leans her head on your shoulder, and goes, "But Orient, you do know, like this is
yeah,
important to me, like just like
so, like, but
like."
Orion's like, no, it.
Orient's like, I'm allergic to dogs, and his girlfriend is like, but we're getting a puppy anyway.
Like, and but it's favorite because it's weird that to my character, but for me no. But when I believe that here's the fun part that Orion doesn't trust Theodore 100%,
No.
and Echo she believe him. Oh, not believe him like, but she trusts him more.
Oh, of
Orion,
course.
on the other hand, like he's like 100% with Agatha,
Yeah.
and
Echo
for
doesn't
the
trust him. Echo doesn't trust him. Robert, your favorite Leon moment today?
I enjoyed discovering a new toy that Leon has that he can just touch the things and stuff happens.
Actually, I have to say, my favorite part was your reaction to that. It was like, oh, I touched this. Oh, it goes by, and then that whole kind of scene as it played out after that. That was my favorite Leon moment. That was awesome.
Yeah. Goes to show it. Doing it once is fine. You have to do it at least twice to make sure the
Luke,
yeah. You have to do it again. Like I just know that you guys are going to be sleeping and Leon's going to be pulling out all three of those orbs and like playing with them like a bocce ball, like little bocce balls, rolling them at each other against the wall and juggling them. They're not safe now that Leon knows that they have an interaction of some sort.
and apparently the universe agrees with Leon because there's been such a lack of consequences.
I know. That was twice I rolled 3d6 and got 6. And Leon took half the first time. And
you see the chat. I just wipe all that away. This is my second win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just like I don't like. There has been zero consequences for.
Leon's capable of learning lessons. He's just never had a reason to.
Oh. Well, I mean, you now know to turn chests on their side before you open them and not stand in front of them, right?
Well, there is that.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times. Leon's learned that, but
Progress of a kind.
yeah, that's totally like mine was Leon goes, it's a nice knife, but really, that's it. It's just a knife. Like what's like when it makes me want to kill people. Yeah, but it's just a knife. like it's like this big. Like Leon has no concept of power because bigger is better for Leon, right? It's
a different type of application of power.
Yeah.
By the way, this is one of the reasons Orion didn't say that I'm the shadowy figure that I go. Like, yeah, the dagger give me thought that I want to kill you guys.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm sure that Echo and Dan probably have an inkling that.
I was going to say, I as soon as you said the dagger wanted to kill me,
mm-hmm.
Ember at that moment went, and there were people disappearing on the ship. And he said I had to do something to get rid of the thirst of this thing. 1 + 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah. Echo is just like, and then. Yeah, but yeah, for me it's always well, Orient, what was your favorite? I'm sorry, or Manan, what was your favorite? Leon.
Yeah, I liked how he like starts playing with stuff, and he's never ever, and he will never learn his lesson. And he like even he started a fight with a stuffed parrot. Like
he wasn't going to leave until Echo drug him out of there.
Yeah,
they were going to come to blows. That was Leon was going to break that thing.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious and it was fun. And yeah, when he came and said, you didn't tell me there was a nice dagger. Yeah, I have killer dagger that wanna kill everything. Of course, I will not say. So yeah, it's favorite moment for me for Leon.
Sai?
As I said, I think my favorite Leon moment was him playing around with the magical items. That after he went and he was like, "Oh right, cool." I'm like, "Oh crap, it's not gonna go. It's
Yeah.
only gonna end one way." And then it was with Parrot, and it's like, "No, okay, I see where this is going. Just let me
Mom,
let me
mom,
this
mom, the thing is talking to me. Shut up and come with me. That's why I tell you not to touch. Don't touch anything. Yeah.
and yeah,
If you can't afford to buy it, you don't touch it.
Yeah.
I have to say, by that point, Ember in her head is going, the only reason I'm doing this job for Agatha is to get my brother out of the trouble that he's in.
Right.
Seriously, how can you trust somebody that turns a minion to stone?
It's just for a little bit.
I don't care how long it's for. That's like
Wait. Here I need to stop you. How do you if we know about Arcane or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
she said, "I'm gonna return them back," but the same time, Echo do the same thing. She charm even her fellow member.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's charming people. It's not turning them to
Yes.
stone.
I'm just subverting your free will. That's totally not the same thing as turning you into a statue.
Exactly. Precisely my point.
The enchantment school of magic is the most messed up school of magic.
Yeah, that's. But I love the distinction that Echo draws. Well, messing with your mind is fine. I just didn't turn you into a rock. Like that's just crude.
Exactly. That's completely consistent with her with her worldview. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, it totally is. It totally is.
As long as I don't hurt them,
Yeah.
whatever I do is perfectly legal.
Very ready to sail Orient back to the one place you didn't want to go. Now you're very ready for us to go to this tower. And all you have to do is stop lying and give your brother shit back that we're just carrying around.
No. That's I can't do just go, here's your shit. Like you're wearing half of it.
That's all we had to do, but no, we're going to a looking tower now.
But it's too late now.
Yeah,
That's just
And the reason why I was lying to her is because I don't trust her and I don't want to tell her anything. And the funny thing is, for this is one Madame. It was perfectly played. It was perfectly played, but it was like you're the one who all along has been telling people, don't tell people my name, don't give them information, just keep quiet about everything. And as soon as you turn up with this Agatha, it's like, yeah, and by the way, yeah, and she's got this orb in her bag, and he's got one, and her name is this, and it's like, what the fuck?
actually, what's Orient like? He is Gerald. He is employee of this organization, and he doesn't have
he's a he is a rule follower. Like Orient has been a rule follower and a protector for a long time, and I love the fact that it all. Favorite NPC moment.
I love Kermash. Kermash, like I am the innocent one. I didn't do anything wrong. I am just doing what. Like I believe I do. I didn't want to die. I left the city. I didn't left any note for you, of course. This item. This is the price of the item. It's not my fault. It's not my store. I work only here. It's hilarious and fun. And I gathered that the moment she flipped, and for Orient sitting because he like rolled very high in wisdom and said, "Okay, I see why Ebony like that." So, yeah, the favorite moment it's Cormish how he think he's innocent and
He
how
is.
I guess he is, but he doesn't understand that he will get killed because of his way by a friend, by wherever, but something will happen bad. For Agathis is like, okay, you're it's like I'm gonna like And by the way, she has the right to get mad because that's like he met a big information that by the way, there was an undead. There, you put me in a work with the people who was undead. I didn't tell you, but we killed them. They're dead. It like i- it's it's if it is reasonable punishment that you're a timeout boy. Yeah, I believe.
Robert?
I liked the part where Terrence got turned to stone. Not like Terrence turned to stone, but the Leon just casually mentions, "Oh yeah, the captain quarters needs an upgrade," and that led to us discovering that Agatha has a bit of a temper.
Yeah.
Just kind of unveiling that was just kind of fun for me.
I didn't know you guys were gonna get her that's the kind of thing in her personality that I've got for her. That's the one thing she can't stand is incompetence, like not being told everything. So as soon as you guys were like, oh yeah, then there's undead here, and there's undead here, and this guy was the thing. Like you guys just started spilling your guts, and she's like, oh really? Where's my little hench monkey that I had on the ship, whose entire job was to tell me what's going on? Totally didn't mention any of that.
And by the way, this is one of the reasons that Orient said, "Hey, by the way, Echo is lying as ass. Don't get mad later if you found out."
Oh yeah, Echo totally aligned. What about you, Sai? I mean, I know you love your interaction with Cro-Mash, as always.
Yeah, that. I hate him as a character. Right? He's a slimy, weaselly little shit. He's really played very well. So I mean, and there are honestly, before the end of this campaign, that little dwarf is going to suffer from some horrible accident. Now.
Everybody else is like, I'm going to find my holy sword and I want to free the universe. And Echo's like, I am going to strip him of everything. I'm going to tie him over an anthill, cover him in honey, and then reanimate his body 6 or 7 times. Like, I just see her writing a list of anytime she comes up with something horrible or she sees something horrible happen to somebody else, she's like, oh, I can use that. I just see her writing that down in a little book like, oh, that seems nice. What about story-wise? Did you guys, what did you think about the little bit of story and the information and stuff you guys had today?
Now big reveal for Orient that he had a reason to be on that island. Now we know why.
No, yeah, he wasn't just a Yushi cult member. He was actually there for a very good reason.
And like very coincidentally, like that, the dagger come to his hand again. I like that one. Like really, really like the idea of that. Yeah, Orient did a lot of stuff to get to the Wizard Tower. That's surprising. I was in Wizard Tower. That I refused personally. Like I said, no, I will not go to the place that crazy tower. And I really did go there before, and I not saved. I took the dagger out. Orient took the dagger, and for some reason he decided to not return to the organization. No, he left to go to the. He found out some information, and
yeah, he found something out. You still don't know how long it's been since you did that.
Yeah, and he left to the cult to somehow he infiltrated and killed the head of them and took the. I love all these connection. They're like the story was like good make.
Oh. Well, I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets tied in here some more to keep because that's one of the issues is trying to make sure that everybody is tied to something that keeps the story moving. So this was like I said, this was a big Echo moment last week. We had a big Orient moment this week. We'll see what entails for the other two coming up in the next couple of episodes. Leon is definitely not just a pretty face on a boat.
Yeah, he's a scientist. He figures
No, I
He's a
figured
scientist.
I feel Leon will become like one of these two, Leon or Dan will become the wizard, like
No,
right
Dan's already
hand.
yeah. Oh, the wizard's right hand. Like that's like you work for me. Oh shit. Thanks for. Let me write that down. Let me write that down.
Oh god!
PC
Here's the DM ID.
is wizard
Right hand.
henchman. I'm gonna write this down real quick. I'm gonna make sure I don't forget that.
And not right. Not
Oh, and I have to
right-
remember. I have to mark off the ring of protection on layaway for Echo. Mark that off.
I'm not. That's not on layaway. I got my money back. Screw that dude.
Well, I mean,
Money grubbing bastards.
What, did you buy the ring?
no, we didn't buy the ring.
Oh, okay. Something strange.
I mean, it would only have been $280 gold a week. If you didn't make the payment, it'd be 500% interest.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
given the fact that I'm disappearing off probably for about 2 weeks on business for Agatha, then you go first payment missed.
You can just make an extra payment. Have your brother make the payments for you.
Yeah, like he's going to be really pleased to make payments for me while I already owe him 42 grand, and that hasn't been sorted out yet. Yeah, right.
You can just give him the stuff you have.
Yeah, exactly. No. I'm gonna go to this island, at this tower. I'm gonna sort this wizard out. I'm gonna get my brother out of bed.
Sort this wizard out. Okay.
Then I'm coming back, and I'm Chromash. I'm gonna turn that little dwarf into a stain.
All right, guys. That's it for today. We got a little.
I really enjoyed it.
A little shorter. Please remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're watching on YouTube. Share with your friends. Visit us on Twitter, Facebook. Join our Discord. Visit our sponsor at comicbookworld at comicbookworld.com and Dirty Dips Hydrographics at dirtydipshydrographics.com. We would appreciate if you have a Amazon Prime subscription. You get a free Twitch Prime subscription, and we would love for you to use it here and help support this stream. You can also support by donating directly. You can also, by using the donation key buttons down there. You can also join us on Patreon. We're updating the Patreon. It should be done by the middle of March. I have a bunch of things that I'm haven't put up. They're not up on Patreon yet. I'm going to do a whole new release in a couple of weeks. Because, as always, these streams are brought to you by you, the viewer. We love to play. We love to hang out. We love to play D&D. We're probably going to keep doing it regardless of how many people we get, but we would appreciate, to help cover some of these costs and to help us continue to provide updated screens and graphics and things like that. We greatly appreciate it. I think that's it. Is that it, everybody? All right.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Oblivion Unchained, episode 16? 17. Episode 17. Objectively titled, Where's Orient?
Head by some orc have thing in his nose.
I'm Rick. I'm the Loophole King. Signing out here from Blue Cheese Room here in the dark side of the moon. May all your rolls be crits and may all your draws be lands. You guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Take care.